Hello and welcome. We are the Clodcast. We are doing PRs today, but why am I doing this intro? Emilio, you made the fucking slides, so you do the intro.
Woohoo! Hi guys, it's your favorite mod, CPL. Emilio, aka Org Banana on the server, if you're unaware, but Emilio, that's the name. And we're back with CPL Season 3. We're here to have a good time, have a good season. We're here to have so much fun. Before we get into anything, I'd like to introduce the rest of the cast. You know me, Emilio. We have the person who started us off. We have Ben. Ben, say hi.
Hello, aka or Cherry currently on the server, for anybody who does not know.
Yeah, of course, he's our favorite German. And we have the European, aka Roy.
Hello.
Roy,
I
say
would
hi.
like to I would like to add something nice about Emilio. Bless him. He's basically when we were talking about making the slides, and he was like, "I'm really sorry, I've only done one." As you could tell, I have ADHD. I was like, "I've never been more proud of my son. This is exactly a me moment."
And then we have Jakoto. Jakoto, say what's up, bro.
Hello, thank you for having me. Mod here as well. Orc for Alligator. If you guys aren't aware of who I actually am.
Are you
And
just
it's
really
excited
close
to
to
do
your
this.
mic, or why the fuck are you suddenly so loud?
He's super.
Um,
He's like feeling
I was
super sensual right now.
I was kind of giving ASMR vibes. I don't know if it
That's
worked.
Page's job, though.
That's Page's job. Yeah, he still needs to do that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm
Um,
just I'm showing him how. I'm showing him the ropes. Showing him the ropes.
Showing
We
him
have
the
an
ropes.
update on the ASMR at the end of this video, so stay till the end.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I feel like we do have to introduce ourselves like that because there's a bunch of new people on the server and they don't know. So, but yeah, Emilio,
Especially in this division
Roy,
I'm
specifically.
just trying. I'm
exactly.
trying to get
So,
Tyra about to join call as well.
of course. So Emilio, Roy, Ben, Jakoto. That's it. So,
Yeah.
like I said, back with season 3, CPL. Quag division kind of smoked fucking Claude and Whooper in the ground during the draft, so they get PRs first. So
Yeah.
I don't make the rule. So
Yeah, basically, Claude and Quag were still drafting, and we already had a game played in Quagsire at that point.
that was
And then
disgusting. That was one of the worst draft rates. Like, that was a long fucking draft. It was really bad.
Yeah, me and Hamburg were just
Pop.
like, okay, come on, let's play the game before they finish.
Like, the
I think we
funniest
got
part is,
two games in actually before Claude finished too.
Damn.
Yeah, to be fair, Claude did have a bit of a slow start because one of our most famous players, P. McGee, has disappeared randomly, and he was signed up, and then obviously we haven't heard from him. So hopefully he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we blabber on here, we are in for a long video. That's why we will immediately get into the PRs.
I got
Yeah.
there.
I will show the first slide and explain real quick how we rank these teams. And then we will actually get into the team. Here we have at number 16, Harry. Now, you see a lot of words on the screen. We rank teams based on 4 statistics. 1, essential roles. Essential roles are, do you have every essential typing? Like, do you have a flying type? Do you have a fairy type? Do you have a dark type? Do you have a grounded poison? All of that. In essential roles, there's also speed tiers and hazard setting and removal, because with how relevant hazards are in draft, we have to count them into essential roles as well.
Very
we will
important.
also, like, on essential roles, we will also look how weak is your team to specific typings. And yeah, that's basically it. Breaking power is pretty self-explanatory. How well does a team break? Through defenses, through other teams. Support is also pretty self-explanatory. How good does the rest of the team support the team? Like, for example, if you have an electric terrain setter like Tapu Koko and have a shit ton of electric terrain mons, that's obviously going to be very good in support because Tapu Koko will support all of the mons pretty well. We also count wish support for that, cleansing like aromatherapy and heal bell. And hazards are also in support because hazards help some mons get kill ranges, and then obviously as well momentum. How easily can you get your threats in? And then
The
problem solving
pivots.
is the one where the most confusion always happens. It's basically how versatile are the mons that you drafted. Like, are they always going to be like only a physical attacker, or do they have like defensive sets? Do they have like variety in their sets? Yada yada yada.
Versatility, pretty much. And I told Ben, hey, this is on me for not reminding him, but we probably should have renamed this tier like this season. But whatever. I can't wait to forget next season and
Same.
still have it called problems.
Yeah, honestly, it's our favorite meme. Can I just start this off by saying Emilio was like ranking this team, and Emilio's like, I'm being very harsh on this team, and I literally looked at the ranks and I was like, no, Emilio, I think you're being too nice.
I fear I might have.
Why is Drake on there, by the way?
Because
That's what Drake. His name is the Drake Torpedoes. So I was like, well, I have to do a Drake name.
Yeah, look at his logo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait.
I'm down with the kids.
One more very important. Each division.
Each.
So you'll notice under the total, there's something called the freak meter. This is the most important statistic your PR can have. Basically, every season, I pick a div and I pick whatever to have a freak meter. And I just rate how freaky I think the team is. This could be very important to you. This could be not important at all. You could neglect it if you want. Personally, I think it's the most important thing you should look at.
Agreed. I would also like to just clarify, my comment meant being down with the kids was not in the way that Drake is. Thank you.
Anyways, Ben, would you like to start us off? Oh my god.
Of course, Emilio, I will do that. Let's get into Harry's team. Let's start off with the essential roles. Typings-wise, we already have some typings that are missing that most people would consider important. We don't have a fairy type, which means Dragon Spam can be effective into this team, but they have 2 good steel types. While a lot of dragons get ground and fire coverage, though, it might be a little difficult for Harry to deal with dragons, but a fairy would be nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also have the problem of not having a normal type. While
Dark type's Sharpedo.
Yeah, the dark type is Sharpedo.
Dark type's a pedo.
So,
the dark type's a pedo.
If you look at Sharpedo's defensive stats, you have 70, 40, 40. That thing is not taking hits at all. So
I just got it. Hold on. Drake Sharpedo's. Pedo. Oh! I get it.
How did you just get that, Emilio?
Oh my god, Emilio.
I thought you understood it the whole time. That's why I thought it was like A minor for the freak meter.
No, I just said that because there's a Drake right there.
Emilio, I fucking love you, man. You're the best.
All right, continue. Sorry about that, Ben.
Okay. So, obviously, since the dark type is Sharpedo, you will see this team will have a real problem dealing with ghost types. Especially ghost types that attack on the special side. Because the best special defensive mon is Claydol, which is weak to ghost types. And then it's Pharaoh. Because I'm not counting Wishy-Washy.
Wishy-Washy right there. Nah.
That thing has 45 HP.
Yo, Fluttermane dog walks his team. Just saying.
I mean, Flutterboy, to be fair, Fluttermane dogs walks nearly every team, but Terra Famous Mage's dog walks his team.
Yeah, basically. Like any ghost type that gets fairy coverage will rip through this team. Now then, the speed tiers.
Can I point out also fighting spam's kind of good in their team as well?
Oh yeah. While you have Gengar is a wet paper back, and with almost every fighting type gets some type of good dark coverage. If it's knockoff, throw chop, they do get some type of dark coverage. So Gengar will not like to switch into fighting types. And then we have Gyarados, which, to be fair, takes fighting hits very, very well, but elemental punches.
Intimidate, but
yeah. I will also point out at this time their terrors are the Pedo and Gyarados.
Yeah.
Gyarados is a Vega Terra.
Yeah, so both...
Pedo, hit miss.
Yeah. Both Terra Pokemon being physically offensive water types is also kind of questionable. They did want a Titan as a Terra, but they didn't have enough points for that. But yeah, the team is definitely looking rough. Now, getting into the speed tiers, we have Gengar at 110 and then 150 Mega Gyarados, which is pretty fine. Not Mega Gyarados, Mega Arrow. You just generally want one Mon that is 120 or faster, which Aerodactyl does. One Pokemon that is 110, which Gengar does. And then there's a little bit of a problem. You have a big speed gap between Gengar and Sharpedo. And if you consider Sharpedo, most of the time will either run Rough Skin or Speed Boost. That means Sharpedo will actually not be at the 95 speed tier that often. That means the actual gap is between 110 and 81.
It's a fake Mon too.
Yeah.
And
So that,
I mean, Dragon Dance.
yeah, Dragon Dance Gyarados is also there, which is also gonna like a lot of the time be faster than 81. So basically, Mons that are between Claydol and Gengar in the speed tier can run Modest or Adamant sets a lot of the time, which is kind of bad considering you do not have the best defensive Pokemon outside of like Ferrothorn and Melmetal. Claydol can take some hits, same with Titan and Iron Hands, but they don't. None of these Pokemon have active recovery.
Yeah. And you don't have Wish, I think, either.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Doesn't support. But yeah.
Then for the hazards, while you have Pharaoh, one of the best hazard setters in the game, you have like the hazards are pretty fine. You have a Spiker, you have one T-Spiker, which Gengar can do pretty well actually. And then you have two backup rockers with Claydol and Mega Arrow. Although Mega Arrow will have 4 move slot syndrome too
That's
often.
a fake rocker.
Yeah, I don't think
That's a fake
we're
rocker.
be running rock.
Guys, can we talk about the removal?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get
And
at.
it's also a fake defogger.
You have Defog only in Mega Arrow, and then your only other removal is Claydol, which basically forces you to either run Boots most of the time, or you will have to bring Claydol, or Defog Aerodactyl.
Defog Aerodactyl was so nasty.
That just sounds fire, though. I'm not gonna lie.
There's also an honestly, actually, the more I look at the draws, it's probably 2 because also they're pivoting. I think their pivoting is nearly it's nearly on the level of mine because their pivoting is teleport Claydol,
That's good.
Sharpedo. Actually, no, it's not terrible. Actually, Sharpedo, Flip Turn, Volt Switch Iron Hands, which is good, and Wishy Washy with Flip Turn or U Turn.
Yeah.
And Wishy Washy's bad, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm glazing for Wishy Washy, but when that's one of your best pivoting mons, you got a problem.
Exactly. Now let's get into the breaking power. Wow. On first thought, the breaking power looks physically really fucking amazing. You have Mega Arrow, you have Sharpedo. It hits hard, it's frail as fuck though. Gyarados, you have Titan, which can belly drum up or just generally hit hard with ice moves. Iron Hands, Melmetal, Wishy Washy. But then you look at the special side. It's just Gengar and Wishy Washy.
Gengar out
Wishy
here.
Washy is.
Can we stop bringing up Wishy Washy, please?
Yeah, and I'm about to say, Wishy Washy is not an offensive mod. It's a fake offensive mod. It doesn't get coverage, especially. Your only offensive special mod is Gengar, and Gengar is amazing. Ask Emilio, he will glaze that mod for an hour if he wants to, but you're relying on just Gengar.
Now is generous.
Wishy.
Yeah.
Checking out the moves. Yeah,
breaking power is ranked at 5 because the physical breaking is so fucking amazing, but the special breaking is really.
It's non-existent.
It's basically just Gengar.
Yeah, Wishy Washy's special coverage is Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Scald, Surf, and Brine. And then everything else is just hidden power. Oh, wait. You got Mud Shot, but.
Oh,
ground coverage, baby. Ground coverage, baby.
Yeah, I mean.
Ground coverage.
And then we get into support. While the hazard support is pretty good, the rest of the support is basically non-existent. You have Trick Room.
There's no Wish Passer,
with Claydol and
Heal Bell.
Gengar, but you don't have
the
Heal Bell. Pivoting support is ass. There's no Wish Passing. There's generally almost no recovery at all on this team. It's basically Roost, Mega Aerodactyl, and that's it from recovery-wise. Aside from like
recover Claydol. Recover Claydol.
Who's frail as fuck
Claydol does
anyway.
not get recover.
Does it not?
No, it does not.
Why do I think it gets recover?
Because
it just
it
the
should
kind
get
of money gets
recover, but it doesn't.
It should get recover, but it
okay,
doesn't.
I apologize. I'm done.
And the support is
I-
just
I-
basically
by the way-
non-existent.
Can I just pause
Roy,
for
you're
2
not dumb.
seconds?
You're just European.
No. Can I pause for 2 seconds? So literally, Harry, just as we're talking about this slide, has just literally pinged me going, "I want to be last."
Yeah, Harry, you're getting your wish.
Your wishes are command.
And then to the problem solving, aka versatility. Mega Arrow is gonna be a physically offensive attacker. Gengar is gonna be a special
pretty
offensive
versatile.
attacker. Sharpedo
On this
physically
on this
offensive.
team on
Gyarados,
this team, yeah.
Gyarados
Yeah,
physical.
on this
Claydol
team,
is gonna be defensive most of the time and has to have rapid spin. The Titan can be a bulky mon for you or an attacker. Same with Iron Hands and Melmetal. Wishy-Washy doesn't exist, and Ferrothorn is gonna be defensive. It's like
I actually
literally
think
every
Gengar's-
mon has
I
has only one role to play here, and they can't do
'Cause
anything else, or the team will fucking collapse on itself.
Gengar can do like these occasional sub-stall shenanigans shit, but here it can't do that.
Substall. Yeah, you can't do that on this team, but it does have like really good like utility to do other things. Not on this team, but like the mon in general. Yeah, but
Total shoot. Here's how I would improve the team. Okay, you drop Sharpedo, you drop Titan because it's not got Terra, and you probably drop Wishy-Washy, even though I do actually like it as a budget 2-pointer, and you just get some you get a special attacker and an actual
You're
default.
so unserious by saying you liked Wishy-Washy.
I like it as a 2-point that will come to one game in a niche scenario. It's
One
not a
game
good
in-
one.
it's never coming, really.
Roy,
I've used it.
No,
and
I'm not gonna lie. If he drafted like this on purpose and you know,
he had
he
this
did what he
draft
did
plan
week
from
one,
the start. This was
Yeah,
his
like-
plan from.
he's 100% bringing it. But
He's cooking.
you know, I think he's just trying to show that I guess he can play above his team, which I can respect.
I mean, he is a
won
good
week
player.
one, bro.
Like
He
he's a
won.
good
Yeah.
player.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
he will.
I didn't want to
he will
spoil it, but yeah, he won week one. Yeah.
I will say this: he is a
I
good.
will.
He's a
I
good
don't
player,
think
and he will do well in spite of this team. Like he is a good player, very good player. Might one of the better players in Quags, but my god, this team is ass.
Yeah.
That shit is nasty to look at.
I don't think the freak
Sorry.
meter needs any explanation.
A minor.
Exactly, A minor. And that's
That's
where we
CJ.
go to number
Who's the
15,
second
which
count?
is sadly our
I never
boy
put it,
Sirikai, aka Cry.
No.
Actually, to be
I'm
fair,
so
that explains why
sad.
Harry got a win week one.
I'm so sad.
Sniped me round one.
Emilio, go ahead, you take this one.
But I love him so much.
That's why you should take him.
All right. Essential typings. Chat. A fairy type. That's a little. It's a little awkward.
Ah,
to
Yes.
I mean, fairy type is just really good, and I'd really like one on this team. I'd like one on every team if we possibly could. There's no normal type, but I mean, for the ghost resist, he's got a crook, which isn't bad. Gren's kind of fake, but realistically, you'd most likely want a normal type there to fill in that slot. And then of course
Crook's
the fairy
fine,
type.
to be fair. I think Crook's
Crook's
fine.
fine. Crook's
Yeah.
fine. It's a passable.
There's also one more thing to mention here. Cry doesn't have a ghost type. And if you look at his
He does-
fighting weakness,
Hear me out though. He's got a really good quad resist.
yes, but
Yeah,
as I've
but
explained
it'll rely on
with
just
Harry,
Luca.
most fighting types this day and age have Earthquake. Or a
I don't know
dark
what you're
type
talking
move.
about, bro.
Or not. Well,
Called Shuck
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I
Shuck a
will
berry,
say-
get your status
Bro, I
off, call it
never-
a day. Yeah,
He's like, bro, I
that
never
mon's
heard of
incredible.
Shuck
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
will
mon's
say this.
incredible.
I will say this: Gyarados is also an answer to fighting types, barely, but I think the bigger weakness looking at their team is look how bad they are into grounds, fam. They have one immunity.
Yep.
Yeah, that is something we should probably look at more than the fighting weakness.
Yeah, the ground.
Fighting weakness is a fair point, then.
You're
The fairy weakness is right there too.
Yeah, this team generally has very big weaknesses overall. The ground one being the biggest one actually, just because your only switch into ground types is basically Gyarados unless you Terra something into a ground resist.
Grass type.
His
I feel
Terras are, by the way,
fire grass
Arcanine
type would
Hisui,
go crazy.
Hitmontop, and Pikachu.
The chew?
Good ones. Honestly, Arcanine Hisui is a new. Hitmontop's interesting. I don't think it's bad. I think Pikachu is at one point that will do a job in a match.
Yeah.
I mean, Arcanine Hisui is just like, bro, it's fine.
B tiers wise, it looks pretty fine. The only big gap to mention is between Gyapdos and Greninja, and that gap is pretty fucking bad considering like there's a lot of strong mons between 110 and 115 that you don't want to let run Adamant or Modest sets.
Cinderace, baby.
Yeah, for example,
Yeah,
Cinderace is gonna run
Roy
Honeymoon
Moon.
to you.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, it's like just something you would like to avoid. You have a good
Yeah.
rocker and Crook. The backup rocker will probably never run rocks because it's one of your offensive Terra captains. But it is there on the.
I will say this. I will say this.
I just wish there were more options.
I will say to Arcanine and Sui, there'll be like 1 or 2 niche matchups you'll run it, basically, like with rocks on it if you're good. For example, to a Chi-Yu matchup, because then that actually is good as a basically defensive mon. But most of the time, yeah, you're never really running Greninja spikes, and T-spikes doesn't really come that often on Glowking, if I'm honest.
Yeah, now to the removal. You have a good spinner in Hitmontop, and an okay Defogger and Scissor, but that's it. You have really no backup removal at all.
Yeah, it's a big problem I have with this team.
Especially,
I
personally think Hitmontop is a little. I personally think Hitmontop's a little overrated. I don't really like it that much, but that's more of a me thing.
Yeah.
I think it's better on paper than it is in practice. I agree.
I feel that way. I feel that way a lot too. So I really do wish there were stronger removal options, and you throw that on top of the fact that essentially, in my eyes, I see one rocker. Yeah. So it's like it's a little hard to justify.
I would say also a big weakness for this team is, and like, I actually don't mind Hitmontop as like if Hitmontop was his sole removal. I actually wouldn't mind it because a lot of this team. One thing that you want with this team or a Gyapdos, in my opinion, is you want them to remove your hazards. You want them to have to click default to boost up your Gyapdos, but they don't put that pressure on enough because their only real hazard setter is Crook.
Yeah, I was about
That's
to say,
the big problem with this team. If you can't force them to default because you literally it's just Crocodile, and you don't have a spin blocker, so you can't even really force them to basically just to click default. Most of the time, they can just get away with clicking Rapid Spin.
Exactly. Now to the breaking power. This team has the same thing Harry has. Physically, it's very fucking amazing, but specially, we have a little bit of an issue because his stronger special attack is Slowking Galar.
As the biggest Slowking Galar,
obviously there's Gren.
Yes, Gren will do a lot of special damage. But stats-wise, Slowking Galar is your strongest special attacker, which isn't even above what it's 110. You don't have any special attacker that's 110.
I think I may have overrated this on Breaking Power by quite a lot, to be honest.
Lightball Pikachu's a demon.
Everyone's
I think it's probably
the special attack gets hard carried by Gren because Slowking is gonna run defensive mostly here because it has to. But physically, it's like so amazing that you can barely like give it underneath a 7 in score, just because you have Gyapdos, you have Terra Arcanine, you have Bax, you have Scizor. Physically, it's like better than Harry's, but especially it might be just as bad, if not worse.
I will say this: don't sleep on Trick Room, Life Orb, Slowking Galar unless you're Nate. Then you will sleep on it.
Yeah,
I will comfortably sleep on that.
I will comfortably be snoring through the night.
Well, yeah, but your teams aren't weak to Trick Room, so
after that we have problem solving, where this shit is hard carried by Greninja as well.
You skip support.
Yeah, because support is basically just Slowking. It's nothing else.
Yeah,
it's just Slowking supporting. It's literally just Slowking supporting Bax with Chili. That's it. Slowking, the only mon Slowking supports with Trick Room is itself.
Now, I'm not gonna lie.
No, Chili into the other mons as well. The Chili into the other mons helps as well.
Chili into Ice Body Excalibur is very real. I'm not gonna lie. I use that a lot.
It is very real.
First season here.
That's why it is a 4. If Slowking didn't get Chili and only had teleport, this shit would be a 1. I'm not even
2. I give it a 2 because teleport helps, like, because slow pivoting helps get a lot of these mons in.
But it would be slower than everything else as is, though. So like
that's why it'd be a 2 teleport.
Better.
There's like
If
there's
I-
still like knockoff support. Like he's got 2 really good knockers.
Yeah,
He's got
he has 2 really
taunters.
good knockers. To be, his hazard support is basically Crook. He has a lot of momentum to get in the Arcanine pretty well, but it is
got
hard
Scizor
to justify
and-
giving support a high number just because it's basically Slowking carrying the fucking load here.
Pretty much.
And then we have problem solving where it's Grenhard carry because Gyapdos physically offensive. Crook can
Crook
be
as well.
defensive
Crook
or
as well.
offensive.
Crook as well. Crook as well. Yeah.
Arcanine with Terra has defensive sets. Pikachu is just there.
And Arcanine can
Hey, yo, don't sleep on the chew. Don't sleep
somewhat
on the
come
chew, bro.
special. Yeah, Arcanine has something come special. It's rare, but it could.
Bax is
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
you could
physically
run to-
offensive or Ice Body Stall. Hitmontop
Yeah.
is just gonna be rapid spinning and maybe being offensive, but Scizor
Wait,
has
does
some
Hitmontop not get
versatility in
knockoff?
defensive and offensive
I'm
I-
just
sets.
realizing.
And
I will say
Slowking has
this,
some
Hitmontop-
variety.
I will say Hitmontop did come offensive week 1 with Technician, and 2 Arcanine Hisui gets
Hitmontop
burned
doesn't
up.
get knocked off. Oh hell no!
Arcanine
Say it
Hisui
ain't
does not
so.
get
No,
burned up.
Hell no,
Only
Jake's
regular
not.
Arcanine
Hell
does.
no,
not.
Jake's not UST.
Ah,
It doesn't
is
get
good.
knocked off. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Hitmontop,
Should get knocked off.
unlike the other 2 Hitmons, did not get
People
Sword
are still
Stance
defending
this
this mod?
this
They
generation.
get pursued. But
Yo, people are still glazing this mon too. Holy shit.
The other
hey,
two
it gets pursued though.
Yeah, the other 2
Hey.
Hitmons both
No.
got Sword Stance this generation. Hitmontop was excluded from that.
Wait,
Hitmontop
does
is still an
Technician
alright
boost
mon.
Pursuit after the switch out?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
Oh, so it's
Oh,
more
that'd
like
be so
It's
ass.
Satan.
That sucks.
that's
That'd be
so
sick.
ass.
I will say Thief
Oh,
is 60
Scizor would be
base power,
broken,
so
though.
that gets boosted by Technician. I honestly, Hitmontop is a hit and miss mon. It's the most. It
Oh
will
my
either be
gosh.
a great in a season or just utterly arse. I've drafted it so many times and had so many mixed results with it.
Bro,
Scizor would be so broken if it worked like that. If it doubled with Technician or whatever,
Yeah.
that'd be so tough.
yo, give fucking like Hitmontop like milk drink or some shit.
Why would
the
it get
fuck
milk drink?
Would it get milk drink?
Give it
Emilio.
recovery, bro.
Knockoff makes sense.
You milk drink doesn't?
Anyway.
No, what? Where is it drinking milk from?
Total
It's
score is
fucking
21.
tits.
Emilio,
could
explain
tell you-
the
I could tell
freak
you.
meter.
I could tell you where the milk comes from, but I don't know if that's PG.
Explain the freak
You
meter.
literally named
Emilio.
this team 6910.
Oh, 69 out of 10. That's my Pookie and me and him 69 all the time. Next.
Next.
So you didn't even rank on the team. You just ranked on the guy you're fucking.
Efficient.
Next up, we have I Am Skitty.
Striking power 9. Damn. Oh, damn. Holy sh. Damn. Never mind. Okay, continue.
Let's get into it. Typing was you're missing a normal type, and you don't have a dark type. Ghost Spam is completely fucking viable into this team. Like, there's not a single resist or immunity. Like, you have nothing for Ghost types. You have to Terra into normal or Dark to have anything against Ghost types.
I
It's
would just like to point out,
insane.
We saw that week
I've got a
one.
battle to get Terra Memicule to kills. I'm just looking at it and going like, yep.
Yo,
We kinda
Harry's
saw that
Gengar
in-
fucks this team. Hold up.
It
No, but we
does.
saw that in his week 1 game with the Zork.
Yeah.
Sue.
No spoilers. No spoilers. But
I already spoiled it, I'm not gonna lie.
adding to not having a normal and dark type, you don't have a poison type at all. You don't have a grounded poison, so T-Spikes are viable.
Mm.
Ben, sorry to interrupt. Can I just point out one other thing regarding the Terra Normal, Terra Dark thing?
Yeah.
They have one Terramon and it's Killer Wattrel.
Yep.
That's your defensive check to Ghosts. It's
Yep.
Killer Wattrel Terra Normal.
That adds to the essential roles being low. You only have one Terra Captain, and it's Kilowattrel. Like,
Good,
What?
but yeah.
Yo, I might have rated these essential roles too high, brother. Look at these
Same.
hazards.
like the only Terra Captain you have is an 11-point Kilowattrel. Huh? Why?
If it was a secondary Terra Captain, that would be good, but it's your primary one.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Um,
even mind it's a primary, but you need a second one as well, because Killer Wattrel's not coming to every
Yo,
game.
Terra Zergatry would have went stupid.
Speed tiers wise, you have every speed tier, but there's the gap between 110 and 95, which is pretty fucking ass to have. Because
Not
you
really.
can argue a 10-point gap, yes, but you can never argue a 15-point gap. A 15-point gap.
I think the gap for like switching to adamant is 11. Like difference.
It's 13.
Or 13. Oh.
And as soon as you
Yeah.
have that gap, you allow some mons to run the other stuff they should not be able to. And we see here there's a 15-point gap, so mons can run Adamant or Modest. And now we get to the hazards and removal. You have one removal, which is Corviknight, which is, to be fair, the best defogger in the game, but it's your only one. And then you have
honestly,
one Rock Setter, and you have one Spiker.
Okay, I will
And one of
defend the
them's a
Corviknight. I will defend the Corviknight. If you're going to have one remover, just one,
you would want it to
Corviknight
be
is
Corv.
fine. Yeah, like I honestly, considering the fact that they have no hazards, I honestly don't hate it. I actually am like, you know what? If you're not gonna have hazards anyway, you just cope with Corviknight default. That's it, because you're not running spikes on Ogerpon, so it's just gonna be Tinkerton.
Yeah. So the
And
essential
let me
rules
preface this
are...
by saying spikes on Ogerpon isn't that bad. It's just like that's your only option.
Yeah,
you don't want
it's your
that.
only option. Now we get into the best part, I think the only good part about this team, which is breaking power, which is pretty fucking amazing. Physically, you have Zygarden, you have Mega Gallade, you have Ogerpon Heartflame, and you have Kyurem. Especially, you have Kilowattrel, you have Kyurem again, and you have Xurkitree. This team is gonna break shit open. Especially like Kyurem, which is one of the most threatening offensive mons there is, just because of the versatility it has, and the sheer amount of damage it does in both attacking stats.
Yeah. Especially it's a bit weaker, but that's mostly because I just sleep on Kilowattrel, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But
think it's that bad.
Kira, Mega Gallade, and Ogerpon Hisui, and Circuitry are
God,
going
if that Xurkitree was a Terra, that'd be the
will-
real
hold on.
deal.
I do think
Eh.
Kilowattrel and Xurkitree on the same team is a little redundant.
Yeah, it
Honestly,
I
is.
know like
I think
Kilowattrel's the speed tier. It's like Kilowattrel's the speed tier, but like if you're gonna do that, just get something else. Drop the Zerg.
Honestly, yeah, drop the Zerg. I think honestly, actually, I think Kilowattrel was the better one there. Because also you can run very niche stuff like Tailwind, Corviknight with it. But being serious, like Circuitry can be replaced with something else, special attacking wise. Maybe something that adds a bit more versatility.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe maybe Swallow, Terra Swallow.
I think Swallow is taken by somebody, but I'm not quite sure.
I was trying to think of a special attack. I was trying to think of a special attack in normal type. To be fair.
Anyways,
Drampa.
let's get into support.
Yeah,
Support is
another defog.
hazard support. Obviously, we've mentioned already is pretty fucking ass. You have two good raid support ones in Slowking and Tinkerton. Slowking with Chili will help Kyurem, boost its physical defense, and just the momentum support is pretty good. Tinkerton will press T waves, just be generally annoying with stuff like Encore. You have two good knock offers. You have taunt mons. Support is pretty okay. It's not great because it's basically only Slowking and Tinkerton, but
I would like
it's
to add one more
passable.
thing other than I will add one more thing other than silly tech with Tailwind, but an actual legit tech. Does Kilowattrel get Weather Ball?
It does.
Yes.
So actually, that will be a very legit tech. 'Cause I've seen Ben use that to great effect with a better mon, but Kilowattrel can get Bolt Beam coverage thanks to that.
Exactly. And then we get into problem solving where
Shout out Thunders.
I'm just gonna say this is hard carried by Kyurem. Kilowattrel is
Kyurem.
gonna be special
That's it.
offensive. Zygarde physically. Gallade Mega physically. Ogerpon has some support sets, but is mostly gonna be physical attacking. Tinkerton can have defensive sets or the occasional sword stance set, but mostly gonna be defensive or support. Xurkitree is special attacking, special attacker pure.
Sorry.
Corviknight has some variety. It has like setup sets.
Buns.
And then you have Slowking, which has some variety in sets, but on this team it's mostly going to be like a defensive support mon. So Kyurem is hard carry.
I'd say
feel like-
Corviknight's going to be defensive. It's going to be defensive to E-Fog every week it comes, to be honest. And also, I'd say even on like Ogerpon,
has to.
Heartflame, it's the one. Ogerpon Heartflame is the one that is the least defensive. You can't really run support that well on Ogerpon Heartflame. The other three can do support, even Ogerpon
Yeah.
Teal, but
They were, like
Heartflame,
leashed
no,
up
it's
shit.
yeah. You can't really do the
Um,
Heartflame because of no boots.
I feel like it gets to a certain point though, where like Mega Gallade, like yeah, it can't come special, but once your like
Mega
base
Gallade has
attack is like
65 special attack. What are
165,
you on about?
Wait, what? You want about Mega's Gallade special?
that's-
What?
yeah, I literally said that it has low special attack. What? I'm saying that it gets to a certain point where if you have like 165 base attack, your problem solving just comes in like having the coverage, which Mega Glade has good coverage. I just feel like it shouldn't get docked for problem solving just because it
Alright,
can't come next.
That's all fair. That's all fair. Start with that bit. Start with the end bit. Don't start with this first bit because I was just like, what are you on about? But I get your point. You're actually right. It does get a lot of coverage that can help solve matches where you're struggling a bit.
Now then, Freak Meter.
It loses an item. 1 out of 10. There's an ogre pun on it. That's a child, not freaky.
Yeah, I respect that.
Respect. Next up,
We're not
is
Drake.
Will Owl. This one, Jakoto can take.
Oh, nice. Okay. Essential rules for Will, even though I did none of the gradings here. We got a big gap between the speed tiers from Zeraora to Grafai, and then Grafai to Moltres Galar, which comes with agility. Like, is it usually like a setup mod? So, like according to Ben's logic, it's like a 110 to 86 speed tier gap, which is kind of weak to rocks here. See, am I seeing a fairy type on this team? Oh yeah, Mega Mobile. That's what's up. We got a flying type. We got the grass, water, fire coin, and the steel fairy. Well, the steel fairy is kind of in one mon, so it's kind of But the steel fairy dragon, no dragon type. So kind of iffy here.
Hazards.
Yeah, I kind of agree with it.
Oh no, you're good. You can talk.
I'm just saying, different steel type would have been like, pretty nice. Maw and just Maw taking up your fairy in your steel spot.
It's like kind of defensively relying on Mawile a lot, and ground types are just gonna hit you hard. Like dragon types get ground or fire coverage, and you don't want your Maw to like go down easily. So
Exactly. The biggest problem about the essential roles is while the typings are filled up pretty well, and there is only one big speed gap. You have one removal. You have only rocks.
only rocks isn't that big of a deal. Like if they're good rock setters, but you don't really want to run rocks on Mawile or Mammo, or maybe even Necrozma for that matter. I just feel like
no. I think
is
Mammo
is Mammo his Terra Captain? Because if it's Terra Captain,
his Terra Captains are Sinistra, Grafire, and Clamperl.
I will say
okay,
this:
okay.
Mammo definitely can run rocks in some matchups quite a bit more than you think he does. It actually is like a good suicide lead sometimes. And some matchups, it can set rocks just because of the pressure it puts on. The crossbow as well can be defensive as its versatile. Mega more, you don't really want rocks on. I prefer a third one that was a bit more like built into being rocks, but it can be a low tier if that made sense.
Yeah, I hate this team not having spikes or T-spikes because with most rocks weak mons bringing boots anyways, you're trying to set up spikes more often than rocks.
I fucking love spikes so much, bro. I wish every team.
And Roy has a point with Mammospine. Mammospine's coverage, like ground and ice coverage, almost hits every single typing for super effective or neutral damage. So it can really afford to run the rocks, although you don't necessarily want to, but it can.
Yeah, and if it's not Terra, then you're probably not gonna bring it as offensive like all the time. I feel like with Terra Mammo, you kind of just want to break everything that like shows up in front of you.
You just want to rip shit.
Exactly.
Most of the time. Also, only having Rotom Heat as your default is a bit clunky.
Also, minus points for Zeraora.
Oh yeah, good point. Minus for Zeraora.
Borderline, yeah.
When your top speed is 110, that's minus points as well.
Breaking power. Physically, we have
Can I start something real quick for breaking power?
Yeah.
Can I just start something? Zeraora's attack is 112. I didn't know that.
What did
This
you
mon
think
fucking
it was?
sucks. I thought it was at least 120.
This mon hits like a wet paper bag.
Valid.
If you took those 8 points, if you took 8 points out of HP and put it into attack, it'd be better. Just like.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it was a fighting type, actually no, just give it a fighting stab and then it's better. Then it actually kind of works.
Yeah. No,
continue.
Anyways, let Ben continue with the breaking power. Yeah.
Physically, we have Mammal, we have Mega Mawile, we have set up Necrozma sets, we have the occasional Sword Stance Grafaiai set that can come, since it's Terra. Especially, we have Moltres G, which is a special breaker because of Berserk. It will a lot of times get that boost. And obviously, Necrozma is there, Sinistcha is there, and Choice Specs Vaporeon is not to be underestimated. I two-shot Helios Aggron with the Mega Aggron with that.
Rotom Heat also as well. I will say, Grafaiai is a fake mon. I'm sorry, that is also a fake offensive mon. I don't rate Grafaiai. I do not respect it.
I will say all the special ones kind of need all the special ones kind of need setup. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it is not as bad. Like at least they can hit hard with setup, unlike Harry's and Cry's team where it's just like, oh, hi.
We got one mon.
Yeah.
He has like, Mega Mawile, dog. They're just like
physically, it's very great. You have Mammo, which is a mon you can basically almost not switch into, and Mega Mawile, which is basically the same. And then you have setup.
There's like no
Sinistcha. Terran Sinistcha is also like a fucking threat.
Yeah, I just learned like after playing with Mega Mawile, like even if there's like a resist that switches in, it doesn't even really want to switch in for real. Like, because if it takes a neutral hit, that's like half of its health gone. That mon's disgusting.
Then we have support where we have a Wish Passer in Vaporeon and a Cleric also in Vaporeon.
What did Cleric?
We have Trick Room support to support Mega Mawile and Clamperl, which apparently hits hard as fuck with the Razor Tooth or whatever the other thing is. Like the Deep Sea Tooth, the Deep Sea Scale.
Honestly,
please.
Honestly, it will come to one matchup and get a shock win.
No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't.
We gotta stop gaslighting our audience.
I'm not trying to glaze Clamperl. It's fucking ass. I just want to mention real quick that it has these options.
I have.
They are there, but will they be used? Probably not.
Roy, I'm pointing at Roy right now. He's the one glazing.
Then we have good momentum support with 2 U-turners, 2 Volt Switchers. We have Flip Turn, we have Baton Pass, which all are pretty good. Hazard support is what's dragging the support really down because, like said before, you only have Rockers and you have one Defogger. So
this is a solid team, like overall. Like I just think it's missing a few things.
Yeah, problem solving is also pretty good. Well, the Fake Mon. Well, I have to mention the Fake Mon now. It can run physically or special. Then Grafaiai has support sets or offensive sets. It can be very annoying with Prankster, or it can run some unburdened shit with Sword Stance. Moltres, Galar is actually pretty versatile. Although most of the time it's gonna be
it loses versatility. No, it loses versatility because it's not Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can Terra it. It's banned on our server to Terra.
You said what?
Moltres Galar cannot Terra on our server.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So because of that, it loses. Yeah. Exactly, so it loses points of versatility for me.
Yeah. Rotom Heat can be pretty versatile because it has nasty plot sets, which work pretty well because like the coverage of fire and electric hits a lot pretty hard. Mammal's mostly going to be offensive or like the Suicide Lead Rock set Roy mentioned. And Necrozma is what is really bringing this team up to 7 in problem solving because Necrozma is so versatile. Defensive, offensive, like this mon can do anything you want it to.
I gotta draft this mon soon, bro. I haven't drafted it yet.
Really, well, I drafted it with Terra and it was fucking broken. Like, it got me to a final.
Yeah. Then we have Sinistcha, which can be defensive or set up offensive. Vaporeon mostly gonna be support and defense. Mega Mawile can run defensive sets, which it might have to do on this team since it doesn't have another Steel or Fairy type.
That's the flaw.
And then there's Clamper,
which I rate but higher than Grafaiai and Terra.
She's just here to be cute, you know?
Yeah.
Which offers more than Grafaiai and Terra do as mon, so.
Oh, by the way, for talking about the Deep Sea Tooth, I did some research on its coverage. Ice Beam, Scald, Surf, Blizzard, Brine.
Yeah, its coverage.
And that's your list.
Its coverage is ass. That's obvious. It's basically a baby.
Oh wait.
Roy,
apparently,
I'm lying.
It's good in these games.
Apparently, it hits very hard with the Deep Sea Scale and like max special attack something. because it's a special attack that gets doubled by the DC scale.
Yeah. But-
It's a better wishy-washy.
Give it that. It's better than wishy-washy.
Yeah, I think I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Better than refined
Freak
steroids,
Amelia, the
Dave.
freak meter.
Freak meter? Brother, there's a big pony on the team. 100 out of 10. No questions asked.
Anyway,
All right.
next up we have the other child of Roy, Smoliv. And since it's your child, why don't you take it, Roy?
Well, they asked if I was leaving all over the place last night. They were asking if I was drunk. I was not. We fear Smoliv. They're very scary. Don't mess with them or they will cry. Also, pick Why You Slamming Our Believer. That is a round 1 pick for Terra Our Believer. What was the bet, Ben?
It was not to draft Terra Believer round 1. It wasn't even an
No, I
official
know.
bet. I just told Smoliv. Smoliv asked what do they have to do to like get a Smoliv emote or something. And I jokingly said get Our Believer to kill leader. And they just drafted it round 1.
Okay, so I respect the fuck out of that. That's my child right there. That's goat shit. So looking at their team, I will say straight away that the speedsters look pretty decent. You've got very fast ones, and it's solid all the way down. Bit weak to Trick Room potentially, but you have Our Believer and Primarine to cover that. Looking at the typings, a bit weak to Eyes. They've got a good normal type, it's defensive. They've got a Ghost type, but again, it is also a Spectre, but they've got Primarine and they got Our Believer, which is very half the time. They got most typings covered. They're a bit ground weak, but again, I believe we can help cover that with multiple sets. It's actually going to be quite a vital mon in this team, and it is Terra. What's the other Terra mon? Is it Arcanine?
It's
it
Our
is
Believer
Arcanine,
and
yes.
Arcanine. I faced him week 1. Yeah, it's those two.
Okay, so they also have. So this is where the team kind of falls down for me, and this is why I rank the essential roles so low. Their default is a Prankster Thunderous, and I don't mind that as a backup option. But Thunderous is a mon you want to bring offensive. That is your only hazard removal. No.
Let's not get into
No.
the hazard setting. Only Sandaconda and Jirachi. Well, Jirachi can. Both can run rocks pretty well.
Fuck is allergic to drafting spikes, bro.
You're taking away a lot of versatility Jirachi has just by forcing it to bring rocks, because you're not bringing Sandaconda to every match. If you are, good for you, but Mon's not bringing it all 9 weeks worthy.
I was going to say Sandaconda is, as your main ground type, is very iffy sometimes as well. I don't love that. I don't mind Our Believer coming to most matchups because Our Believer is legitimately one of the best Terra captains in my opinion. I actually rate it as much as Wallet does.
Low tier Terra captain. You don't want to exaggerate.
Low tier Terra, full kit. To be clear, low tier Terra captains because it is very good as a defensive mon and hits like a truck with the right Terra typing. And
Are we talking about Our
coverage.
Believer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets coverage. It's
Yeah.
very good.
I feel like Terra Fire with the grass terrain that it like always sets is like kind of legit.
Fairy as well is fantastic on it because it gets fairy coverage. Also could do some fun stuff as well. I've run some very fun Our Believer sets over the years. Harvest sets as well. I've grown quite so many.
Furry? Did you say furry fun?
No, I didn't say furry fun. I said fun sets.
Roy, you're furry?
No, you're the furry. You're the femboy furry. Anyway, carrying on. Harvest sets are fun as well on it as well in these matchups as well. I've had some quite fun harvest sets as well.
Yeah. The breaking power is the best part about this team. Physically, you have Roaring Moon, you have Terra Arcanine, you have Okidogi. You also have the occasional physical Thunderous set because it has Defiant after all, but is it gonna proc? Probably not. Especially you have Spectrier, you have Thunderous, and you have Primarine and Our Believer. Offensively, this team is hitting like a truck.
Yeah. This team, yeah.
Primarine, I also like Primarine, especially offensively here, because if you do need a defensive fairy, you can just use Our Believer if you want in the matchup with Terra, or even Arcanine as well. Arcanine can work as a defensive fairy as well. And that frees up Primarine to be a nuke, which it does very well.
And off to the support, while Jirachi supports very well, it has Trick, while it doesn't have Aromatherapy, which is kind of sad.
Wish supporter.
Yeah,
it gets wish.
It's a nice wish support. Momentum.
It gets healing wish too.
Momentum support is pretty good, but what is very, very nice on this team, which Small actually did pretty well. They have a lot of ground weak Pokemon, and they have Arboliva with what's the
Grassy terrain.
Seed Sower or
No,
whatever the fuck
Seed
it's
Sower.
called.
Tower. Yeah, grassy. Yeah, they're grassy terrain.
Yeah,
Not sour, sour.
that helps this team a shit ton because Okidogi
Really
with the
does.
4 times weakness. No, not 4 times weakness. 1 times weakness. It's 4 times weakness. Psychic. My bad. Okidogi weak to ground. Arcanine weak to ground. Jirachi weak to ground. It helps those mons a lot with these.
Could I ask
Yeah,
a
the
genuine
grass
question?
terrain helps a lot.
Can you check if Sandaconda gets high horsepower? I feel like it does, but just double check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
It gets high snake power.
Thank you, in there.
Yeah, it gets high horsepower. Yeah.
Okay, that's good because that's handy as well. When you've got a grass terrain on, you need to make sure your ground type can also click a non-earthquake move.
Yeah. The one minus side to the grassy terrain is Roaring Moon needs Earthquake to hit steel types. Super
Fire Fang.
effectively.
Fire Fang is
Come at me with
serious.
Fire Fang. Dude, what is that?
Against
Fire Fang
Sizzle.
maybe.
Against Sizzle. Against Sizzle.
Yeah, against Scissor. That's basically it. Problem solving.
And Fairphone.
Roaring Moon and Spectre are mostly going to be offensive. Thunderous can have support sets. Jirachi is very, very versatile. Terra Arcanine also versatile. Okidogi not as versatile. Same with Sandaconda. Primarina has some versatility. Same with Arbolive. So it's not amazing versatility, but it is very passable.
Can I ask you a question, Dakota?
it's the
Do you
job
fear
done.
them? Do you fear them? They said
No.
fear me. Do you fear them? Dakota's
No.
frozen with fear.
I'm frozen with fear by what?
By Smoliv.
By small.
Ben,
If
you
you're small,
Ben, you were supposed to. Ben, you should have muted
You
them
just say
for
you
that.
smoked that small peg during finals last season, bro. Why are you afraid?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not afraid. He can have the regular season as long as I always take the playoffs when we play. That's all I care about.
By the way, context like not Smolov is non-binary. By the way.
Oh yeah, I learned that. So
Anyway, Freak
Smoking
Meter.
that small peg. Negative Infinity. This team is not freaky at all. There's a fucking horse on it. I don't like it.
Alright.
And then Jirachi. And Jirachi's a child. Get out of here. Not freaky. Negative
Well, not even the
Infinity.
mermaids. Not even
At
the
number
mermaid
11,
Primarina.
we have
Can't
Rebound.
save it.
I will take this team now since everybody took their turns. Typings wise, you don't have a normal type, which isn't bad because your Ghost Resist is Tinglu, which is covering up
Goated.
all of the weaknesses you would have to Ghost. You're very flying weak though. Only resists Belly Bolt, which with how top heavy this team is, you might not bring Belly Bolt that often, which you have to bring it sometimes just because of how hard you get fucked by flying types. Hazards. Tinglu is amazing for setting hazards, but if it and Toxic Spike Sneasler are your only hazard setters, that might be a little bit of an issue. You want to have a backup normally to Tinglu, just because you don't want to force it to run hazards every week, because Tinglu has a 110 attacking set. Slap a choice button on that bitch, and it hits like a truck.
Especially with dark ground coverage.
Yeah. And now we get to the bigger issue with the essential rules, the removal. It's only defog, which is minus synergy for the Tinglu, which you want to get hazards up with a lot. It's defog Kartana, which
the defoggers are.
you don't want to run defog on Kartana. It's Butterfree, which
Butterfree
maybe coming to one game, if even it's coming to one game. And
hey, Galewing Defog though. Galewing Defog.
Yeah, but let me get into that. Galewing Defog is nice, yes, but having to bring Talonflame solely for removal every fucking week is ass.
Katana and Butterfree are fake defogs, so bad.
The speed tier.
Or you could just trust that your opponent doesn't bring hazards. Just put some faith in it.
I guess.
The
speed tiers
this team
are
I'm bringing hazards.
There's no complaint about the speed tiers. They are pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Right.
Now to the breaking power. Physically, we have Sneasler, Kartana, Tauros, Paldea, and Tinglu. Especially, we have Tapu Lele, Hydrapple, and Bellybolt, because Bellybolt's ability makes it be able to hit pretty fucking hard.
I would point out Tauros and Hydrapple are the Terra captains, and Tauros with Terra hits hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's really a Terra captain. Both the Terra captains.
I personally
Hydrapple is what I want to use. That is super fun.
I personally like the Fire Tauros more, but I get why you chose the Aqua one.
The Aqua one.
Yeah. Support.
Aqua.
This team gets amazing support from Tapu Lele. Because Sneasler, obviously the Unburdened stuff. And then you have some like a mon like Kartana, which is weak to special priority. Like Vacuum Wave will completely annihilate it. It just makes Kartana not be able to hit by those priority moves. And in general, like the Psychic Turn helps his team quite a lot, I would say. And it doesn't even have minus priority with Talonflame, because Talonflame is above the ground, so it keeps its Gale Wings.
No. It basically, when you're using a priority move, if the Pokemon is on the ground, it's protected. If it's above the ground, it's not protected. So Talonflame using Brave Bird on the ground won't work. But if it's off the ground, it will work.
Okay, so it's
so
maybe take a point of support then, because.
But honestly,
half a point.
I will say this: a lot of the time, Talonflame runs Flame Body nowadays because Flame Body is just better. Default, you don't really need the priority default. You're still outspeeding most stuff.
Fast. You're so fast.
The only one it really affects, in my opinion, is Tauros, because Aqua Jet is basically a fun move to have on it. But overall, the Psychic Terrain helps more than it hinders.
Yeah.
Yuribon, if you want perfect synergy, drop like Kartana or something and pick up Sizzler.
No, do not. Fucking hell.
Both Sizzlers are gone. What are you on about?
I love it. Okay, no, it's a bit. I actually know what Million's on about. I was there for a second, like
the momentum support is very good. You have Pecharon, you have Bellybolt, Talonflame, Sneasler, and I guess Butterfree. Hazard support is ass, and you only have one knocker, which is Kartana. That's pretty fucking bad. So support might have been overrated a little bit by certain people. Emilio.
Oh, yo, hop off my meat, bro. Wait, so they don't know this, but like how we ended up doing the rankings is that the three of us, me, Ben, and Roy, ended up giving our own ratings for each role for each team, and then we just took the average and put that there.
Yeah. And Emilio overrated this team a good chunk in support.
It was not me. Was it?
No, actually was you, because I think I rated it lower. I rated it decently highly, because I really do rate the Tapu Lele support of this team, especially with Sneasler, with Kartana, even with Mons and also Hydrapple supports this team a lot by basically living a lot of hits, switching in. Pecharon as well is a very bulky Mon.
It's a great. What do you mean? The support of this team is like it's got Party Shot, it's got nice little Psychic Terrain. Okay, Gale Wings doesn't what's it called with Psychic Terrain. Boo hoo is gonna run Flame Body anyways. It's fine. It's
fine. It's not 7.5 fine.
What do you mean?
Actually, no, I agree. 7.5. Emilio probably ranks it 9 or something stupid. But
Emilio rated it.
I did not need.
Okay,
and I think that's fine.
And Ben, what did you rate it?
6.5.
What, 6.5? Yeah. Okay, but yeah, okay.
So I ranked it correctly. I ranked it correctly at 7.5. That's good to know.
Nice.
And then we have problem solving.
Yeah, I don't think 7.5 is bad though. I feel like
no, I think it's good. It's good support. I think it's good support.
Kind of dragging it a little bit.
Yeah, to be fair, that might just me being salty because I took my Tapu Lele that I really wanted.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Skill issue, brother.
Should have just abused the mod power. Or actually, not even mod, co-owner. Oh my goodness, you're literally a whole step above us.
Yeah, and didn't let me do shit like you guys did. I'm not gonna expose you guys, but
we can mention it if you want as well. It was kind of I was just like okay.
But we did nothing. Wait, what? I have no idea what he's referring to actually.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah.
Anyway, problem solving. Talonflame is pretty versatile in that it can run special, physical, or support sets. Sneasler is mostly going to be physical offensive. Same with Kartana. Same with Tauros. Although Tauros has some niche defensive sets. Lele's has setup or straight up special. Pecharon is very versatile in either being offensive with Nasty Plot or just straight up defensively. Butterfree doesn't exist.
Do you have any question? Does Pecharon get anything physically? Because I know it's got the same physical tag as special type. Does it get any physical?
Its physical move pool is pretty ass. You don't want to run a physical.
Fair. No, that's fine. I've never used it physically. That's why I want to double check because I was like, I feel like there's a reason.
We have Tinglu, which is mostly going to be defensive with the hazards, obviously, but it has offensive sets with Choice Band. Bellybolt can be a little bit versatile with either being defensive or straight up like max special attack with Electromo Forces. And Hydrapple is very versatile in the sense that it can be defensive or offensive. It's like...
Oh god, it. Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've just looked up its physical move pool. It's Foul Play, Gunk Shot, Poltergeist, Astonish, Phantom Force, and Rollout.
Yep.
For Petrarun?
Yep.
For Petrarun, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it brings foul play in some matchups, but
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's
Foul
like
Play's
rare.
good. Foul Play's fantastic, but you can run that on special sets. That's not even particularly a physical move.
Yeah,
You
but
just run that.
this,
So
You
is
can run that on
Rollout.
special sets.
all of these
Rollout's
rankings
broken.
get rebun to a total of 27 freed meter, Emilia.
Lumpkin, this team makes me want to get my dick sucked while I'm taking a shit.
Right,
What?
okay.
That
well,
is
that's
way
weird.
too graphic. Holy shit.
I think this is a very solid team. I think this team will do very well depending on how good the player is.
Next up, we have Haunt. Emilio, take the lead.
Woohoo! I remember this team. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So all the essential typings pretty much covered. I mean, like you got your ghost type, you got your normal type. Most teams don't to have one or the other, but you got them pretty filled out, right? A little bit of an ice weakness. We have a really good quad resistance in Heatran. Really good
But ice
ice
types
resist.
get water moon.
Coverage, whatever. What mon doesn't lose to coverage? Anyways, I would like to see one more resist. That would be pretty nice. Fairy. He's also covering the fairy resist, which might be a lot of load on Heatran, but I think
I think the fairy
still
weakness is
manage.
quite big here because basically, they definitely need another ice or fairy resist, to be honest.
Yeah, Heatran is
one or
doing
the
double
other
duty
would
for
help.
Fairy and Ice.
I'm about to say, and that's what I'm saying. Like it might be nice to have something to take the load off of him. But regardless, I think it's passable. He could work around it. It's not do or die when it comes to that situation. And then when it comes to the speed tiers, he hits him pretty well, honestly. It's like 135 to 110, 105, 102. I'd personally drop the Espathra, but that's like a meeting.
I agree.
Get something a little slower. Maybe a little something between 70 and 35, maybe something a little bit of a slower mon, but
Yeah, your only
to some
trick room
people that
defense is
might not matter.
Quagsire.
I
Yeah,
will
I
say
mean,
for
to
con-
some
I will say
people, for sure, for some people that's a bigger nitpick for others. But like,
I will say for context, this team was basically made in grace effectively because Horde took over from someone else, and the team that was before might have been on the level of Harry's team.
Yep.
was it that bad? Oh, yeah, I forgot
It
because
was-
Haunt is a rep.
I don't know if it was as bad as Harry's team, but it would probably been competing with Christ's team.
Yeah.
I think Christ's team was better.
Hazard setting
Oh,
on the team is
Jesus
amazing,
Christ.
by the way. Like,
Yeah,
look at that.
yeah. Just as I was getting into it, like Quag, Heatran, and then Chomp, and then like those setters are fucking fantastic.
Chess kiss.
With that good of setting, if you got literally beautiful. With that good hazards, you would like a good rapid spinner, but like I said, there aren't that many good rapid spinners. So if you didn't get your hands on one of them, it's whatever. You have decent
Yeah.
removal regardless with two good defoggers.
Consider-
You have Togekiss, you got Rotom.
Considering where he came in, it's going to be very hard to get a good rapid spinner. I will say, by the way, the Terracaptors are Drapion and Sorakasui. Honestly, I would kind of prefer a different poison type than Drapion here, but also it does have because you have two normal resists. I guess it kind of helps with ghosts because neither the normals are defensive normals. But I also would kind of like something more to resist fairies to take the load off Heatran.
Yeah,
It would be
exactly.
nice. Yeah.
Getting into the breaking part, physically you have Megalopunny, you have Garchomp, you have something like you have a Sword Stance Drapion and a Sword Stance Zorakasui, which can potentially come. Especially if Zorakasui, you have a Heatran and Togekiss, and you have a Spathra. It is pretty good.
Yes.
It's not great, but it's pretty good.
Wait, by the way, grace period is for pussies. Oh, I guess I'm a pussy for taking over a shitty team then.
Yeah.
Yo, Bourbon and Haunt. I want to see that death match. They fight.
Deathmatch.
I need to
I can
instigate.
check.
I need to instigate
Yeah,
this
you
if I
check.
can.
I'm just checking if Drapion gets Trailblazer second.
It
I
does
don't
not.
think it does not. It does not. It does.
Okay.
100%.
It
I
does
can
not.
tell
It
you that.
gets
Yeah, it doesn't.
nothing to boost its speed aside from like a Z scary face.
Or
No,
Arcupressure. Or
Salackberry.
Acupressure.
Salackberry, brother.
Acupressure.
Acupressure's banned.
Acupressure?
Can buff evasion.
Oh
They
yeah, I
play
forgot
week
Amelia put
9,
Drapion
the
as
final week of the season.
You cannot.
Ooh.
Oh, I can't wait to instigate the shit out of
Wait.
that. Anyways,
Support
Wait,
wise, this
you
team
can bring
is.
Drapion with Adrenaline Orb.
the team is right now. We
Support
can
wise,
move
this
on to
team is pretty
support.
good. There's lots of momentum. Hazard support is great. You have a Wish Mon, you have 2 Heal Bell Mons. You have one very good knockoffer and one okay-ish knockoffer. You have good taunt Mons. Honestly, the support might be. We could have even put higher. The support is very good on this team.
I would say
It's not very
Megalopunny.
good. I think it's fine.
Me-
It's good where it's
Megalopunny.
at.
Megalopunny is a fake heal Balmon. I don't think you ever really run heal bell on Megalopunny. You might
No,
run
but there's a
Encore.
Togekiss. No,
or
but there's a
something.
Togekiss.
Oh no, I know. He said 2 heal bell ones. That's why I was saying Megalopunny I wouldn't really count as one. Heal Togekiss is definitely a legit one. Megalopunny, you're more likely to run like Encore or something to enable you to basically like break better.
Yeah. And then we get into problem solving. Megalob is gonna be mostly offensive. It has like niche moves like Encore and stuff that it can put on sets, but it's mostly one-dimensional. Zorkasui has physical or special set. Spafra is just gonna be a Spafra. It's gonna be Lumina Crash or setup. Garchomp, very versatile. Drapion, versatile to an extent with sword stance or defensive sets. Rotomo, versatile to an extent. Togekiss, versatile to an extent. Same with Heatran. And Quagsire is just he's a good boy.
I will point out I
Yo.
don't think Heatran's gonna be that versatile because it kind of has to come defensive. Because I actually just looked at the team a bit more. They're only Flying, Fairy, and Ice Resist is Heatran.
Yep. Heatran
That
is
is the
very
big
forced
weakness
into
of this team.
defense, but if they like plan to go like a hyper offensive route, Heatran can come offensive.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think I pop a vein, like a blood vessel, every time Ben mentions like physical Zoroark Hisui, because he swears that it's like a common set.
It's not common, but Zoroark Hisui does get sword stance. You can run it effectively.
No, I'm good.
No, like honestly, the regular Zoroark is better at being physical, but Zoroark Hisui can run it as well. I've run physical.
I'm not saying it's great. It's passable, and if you needed to do that, you can let it do that. But it's mostly going to be special.
Chikota, back me up here.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm not going for it. You might get like the occasional like knockoff, I guess, like if you're running physical, but like when are you really gonna choose to do it? When you have a Lopunny and Garchomp and specially on your team.
I'm just it's not
team
about
is, especially
is it
when
gonna
you
get
go on
brought,
the
it's
physical
about
side and you can run
can
Shadow
it be
State
brought.
Poltergeist.
It can be brought. It's not gonna be brought most probably.
I mean, you could bring
I
special
can bring
Garchomp.
choice specs. I can bring choice specs Quagsire, but I don't really think.
I mean,
no, like you could bring special Garchomp, like because you can. It gets like coverage on the spot.
Mixed Chomp's actually not bad. Actually, Mixed
Chomp's
actually
a bad example.
Mixed Chomp is legit.
No, I know, but like that's because it gets coverage on the other side that it doesn't get on like the physical side type of thing.
Yeah.
What you should say is, you could run special Mega Lopunny. That would be a better example.
Hell no.
Sets that make sense. Like, when are you gonna run special Mega Lopunny? You can potentially run a physical Zoroark Hisui just because it gets Poltergeist and it gets Sword Stance. You can like fake being a Garchomp and click Sword Stance, for example, and then catch something off guard.
Does it get double edge attack normal wise? So I know it doesn't get return.
I would have to double check, but I don't really. I think it's normal. Physical normal move pool is pretty bad, but Poltergeist is there, especially plus knockoff.
I'm gonna have a look on Showdown in a minute.
Anyways,
Freak meter.
Spent enough time here. Haunt, consider yourself the king of the sevens, and consider yourself Mr. Freak Zillion out of 10.
Wait, Emilio, wait here. I've got proof for basically the physical move is good. It's got Body Slam. Hacks as a win con and Facade. It can fake being Mega Lopunny. It's actually got good physical move coverage.
It does.
Fuck you.
But
Anyways,
it's
Freakzillion
like
out of
not...
10, Mega Lopunny. That
Anyway,
shit's amazing.
Jay Fuka
Anyways,
is
let's go.
next.
Annihilate, use Final Gambit. I'm killing myself.
Jakoto, go
Sorry,
ahead.
but he's already dead.
Let
Ben,
me
ben,
do
when
a
he,
quick
ben
little
when he gets
overview.
hacked, basically.
People thought this team was going to
Okay.
be
So we got pretty solid speed tiers. Yeah, actually fairly good speed tiers. I guess like the only issue would be like the Annihilate and the 60 speed tier because there's some mods that can set up within those speed tiers, but that's not like the biggest concern of the world. That's like far in between. We don't got a normal type, but we got 2 resist, and one of them is Grimmsnarl. So that's a very common switch-in, very easy switch-in. Yeah, I mean, we don't really look like we're super weak to anything on this team. What are the Terra captains?
The Terra
Terra Captains are Iron
are
Juggler and Clawitzer.
Yeah.
Iron Jugulis and Clodcast.
Clawitzer,
That's what I heard. Okay,
He
cool.
has to get 8 kills.
So, I mean, sweeping Jugulis is a real deal. It can get,
Unless it
but the
misses
Terra
Fairy
like
King.
allows it to. Yeah, especially with like Terra. I don't know. I like the team. He doesn't have any spikers, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Coco can actually come with defog sometimes because it like does run support sets like for real. And obviously Coco is enabling
Not this team.
3 of. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Coco's enabling 3 of his mons to be like more
Yeah.
productive, which is really good. He has great momentum. Oh my goodness.
Everything pivots.
Yeah, his team
Can I
just looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
Can
I mean, I don't
So
know.
I will dispute the defog point because Coco really does not want to be removing his own electric terrain on this team. Considering you've got 3 mons that want to be in electric terrain, you don't really want to be running defog. Rapid spin is helpful on this team. Rocks, I would say the hazards are pretty bad considering you don't want to be running Rocks and Annihilate a lot, and you don't really want to be locking to Iron Treads into it. It's kind of the nature of this team. I would also say as well, I'm trying to look at the team a bit now as well. Iron Junglist is also not, by the way, a defensive. I wouldn't count that as a dark type. I'm going to click Hurricane button and hopefully not miss. Or Terror Blast flying. They are kind of a bit iffy into water as well. And fire is kind of good into them, especially physical fire moves.
There's a shaman.
Physical fire moves as well, by the way. I know we meant about water. Well, Shaman's quite good with that. I would say physical fire moves do chunk this team because their best defensive switch into that is Clawitzer. Because Iron Moth is not taking hits from that fire type defensively.
Oh yeah, baby. Arcanine Hisui fucks.
Yeah, basically Arcanine, Hisui, regular Arcanine. Darmanitan, no one drafted that.
Oh, we both thought of Darmanitan. That's funny as fuck.
Charizard Mega X fucks this team.
No one drafted that.
I was about to say all mons nobody drafted. So
Anyway, breaking
no,
power.
Arcanine got drafted. I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the essential rules could be better just because I don't know. I feel like
You ranked them the lowest.
It's an electric terrain team. I did.
Yes.
Yeah, just because it's like I said, like Ben loves to say, we rank these on paper, and on paper, it's just missing things. It's got a 90-60 speed gap. It's got really like awkward hazards. The removal is just it's essentially just got like the removal, it's passable.
Yeah, Weezing and Treads is passable.
Treads
I don't
is passable.
count Coco.
Yeah, we don't count Coco. But yeah, I don't know. It leans too heavy into this whole electric terrain thing, which is fine. The team will work, but it'll knock it in its essential rules.
Yeah. Breaking power wise,
Exactly.
physically we have Coco, we have Treads, we have Annihilate, we have Grimmsnarl. Especially is where this team shines. We have Iron Moth, we have Iron Jugulis, we have Clawitzer, which gets Terrain Pulse. So misty terrain from Weezing or electric terrain from Tapu Koko, it can just take and nuke something unexpected with that.
God, I never see Misty terrain G Weezing.
I've used it once.
He also has special Coco. I know it's like a weaker stat, but that's like a real thing.
With electric train, it hits. It doesn't. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say special Coco is the more common Coco, actually, ironically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's infinitely more common. Yeah.
Just because it has an actual move pool on the special side, not like on the physical. Physical, it's Wild Charge and Brave Bird.
Yo,
Yeah,
Coco should
and-
get fucking Thunder Cage.
No, it should
I
not.
mean, not even just Supercell Slam.
It should.
No, Supercell Slam's fine. That'll cover it. And Play Rough. It should get Play Rough.
Breaking
Voodoo should get Play Rough as well.
breaking on this team is amazing. Support wise, this is where this team like shines because Coco basically makes his team.
Enables the whole team.
Yeah.
You know?
We have like a lot of momentum support. Hazard support is bad, but momentum support plus the Coco E-terrain support, just because of how many mons actually get something out of the terrain, that's why the support stat is so high.
So many taunters too. It's
Yeah.
very nice. He's got great screen support with Grim. Like it's really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And then to the problem solving.
Was that Grim's? Hang on, one pause. Grim was my suggestion for this team because I thought Grim would make it really good. The only thing that stopped me from making this a 10 was Annihilate does like to sometimes run Resto Chesto and Electric Terrain is anti-synergy, but otherwise perfect synergy with this team.
I couldn't give this a 10 just because of the hazards.
Yeah, it has as well. I think the main thing for me is like if Annihilate was off the ground and could run Resto Chesto, then it'd be perfect.
I guess.
Air balloon.
Give it a balloon.
Oh,
I was like, give it a
yeah.
balloon.
Air balloon Presto Chesto. Yes, that makes sense.
That's fucking good.
I don't know. What if someone flings you? What if someone flings you like a chesto berry?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would they do that though?
I played you for okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna play you for
You're
week
not using
one.
your head, Ben.
No,
You're not using your head.
I'm now gonna play you for week one. I'm gonna fling him a chesto berry.
Hell yeah, baby.
Just said that.
Anyway, problem solving. Tapu Koko is pretty versatile. Physical, special, support sets. It has it all. Moth is mostly gonna be offensive. Same with Jugulus. Threats is defensive or offensive physically. Shaman is very versatile in the sense it can be both defensive sides or both offensive sides. Annihilate has
Mostly defensive on this team, I'm not gonna lie though.
Yeah, mostly defensive. I don't think it comes off
Yeah,
defensive
but
often.
the options are there. Annihilate is mostly going to be physical, either setup, Scar Final Gambit, or just straight up attacking. Wheezing is defensive or support through and through. Grimmsnarl can be offensive with bulk up and such, or just straight up choice ban. Mostly going to be screen support. And Clawwitch is just going to be special attacking. Like, that's its only job.
And he's gonna have to bring that. He will have to bring that at least a decent portion of the season because he's got to try and get 8 kills with it.
Exactly. Freak meter, Emilio.
Doggy style, this team fucks.
This team fucks.
Nice.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it has Ben on it, so of course you want to fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Roy, take the
Hi.
other British person.
Okay, well, speaking of people we want to fuck, hi, Hamburger.
You want to fuck
So-
Hamburger?
Yeah, he's cute. I haven't seen the picture of him. I actually don't know if I want to fuck him or not. Anyway, carrying on. So this, I've had half of it. Anyway, carrying on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this scene. So look at essential roles. I will say one weakness of spot straight away is there is no ghost type, and their only normal resist is stack attacker. So normal spam from things like Porygon C, which I don't think was drafted, or Boom Burst, nor even Terror, that one wasn't drafted. Basically, they're weak to normal. Or basically physical Sora Kasuri normal, body slam with Swords Dance set. I would say the
There's
key point
also
of this team
something
is
to-
because he lost a bet.
There's something to note here as well. Sakatakas is only normal resist, and it's one of his Terra captains.
Thank you.
So
That's what I was
it's
just
gonna
getting to.
Terra
So I was just
out
Terra
of the
captain.
rock and steel typing probably a lot.
I would also.
Ghost type, brother.
I mean, that's actually not impossible.
Or flying.
I mean, Ghost is not a bad shout because purely flying also works too. Also, Reggie Drago's their other terror as well. They're very rock weak as well. They are poison as well. Like I imagine that's not bad. I will say this. Look at their speeders. Speeders are pretty good. They do have a trick room mode as well, which you need if you're going to have to bring Mega Camera up to. How many games have to bring Mega Camera up to?
It's the first week, Roy.
I don't know. After
No,
games
but I know
after-
how many times. No,
Oh,
yeah,
for the
that's why I mean,
bet.
he has bets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant how many games so far. I'm be like, brother, it's week 1.
Really, give me
many
some
did you
credit. I'm
play?
old, not out. But yeah, like so. Honestly, the trick room mode on this team is very scary. It's a very fun team. Hazards are a bit. Actually, hazards are shit. I will say this honestly. Hazards are shit. Your two stealth rockers are not really coming with rocks. If I'm being honest,
They're trick room
like
offense mons, you know?
yeah, they're not coming to set rocks. And Ogerpon is an okay spiker, but I don't really like it as a spiker. I've used it a few times, but it's better being like an offensive pivoting mon or just being I'm going to hit you with my club and kill a resist in one shot. I killed a Persephone with a Terror Grass Ogerpon. It was funny.
But that's
Defog,
a Blacephalon.
yeah, no, but it was just really funny. Also, hazard removal is iffy. I mean, you don't really need a rapid spin on this team because you're not really setting hazards anyway. Zapdos is great defogger. You probably want to bring it other options. Rotom Frost, if it was Terror, I actually like as a defog option because I've used Terror Rotom Frost and it's actually kind of fun because you basically can bring it Terror Electric and it's a good defensive one. You just don't bring Blizzard. You just don't care. Or you bring Blizzard. You bring Blizzard Blunder Policy and miss and then sweep. So, Pivoting's
In the
decent as
most
well.
ideal world ever.
Yes, I mean, I miss what I need to. Also, the pivoting's really good on this team. You got slow momentum with teleports, which really helps mons like Reggie Drago, because I think we've also seen 2 teams do not have a fairy type. So what are you going to do when Reggie Drago comes for you?
Is
Mm.
that a fucking slogan? like he just came out of a fucking Reggie Draco campaign.
Being serious, so that honestly, if you don't have a fairy type, Reggie Drago will sweep you. They will need an answer. Breaking power, this team fucks. And I mean fucks breaking wise. You've got Ogerpon, Darkrai Push, you've got
Zapdos.
Reggie Drago, Zapdos. No, not Zapdos, not Zapdos specifically. Mega Camera can even run. Yeah, I mean, Mega Camera, does it get physical moves? I mean, it can run them.
It does
Um,
get, yeah. Physical
yeah,
moves,
don't-
yeah. It gets stuff like
I
Heat
guess
Crash
you-
and Earthquake. But
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, that hits.
but it's mostly
You
going to be
better
special
special
because Sheer Force supports its special coverage a lot more than physical.
Stack Attacker hits like a truck as well. Pheasant Dippy does get Swords Dance as well and can run very funny beat up Toxic Chain sets.
No,
Also
hold on.
gets-
First of all, that's okay. I'll save you so much time and just say I think Pheasant Dippity might be the only one that doesn't have breaking potential. Because even Porygon
Yeah.
2 can get a download boost, like on the right time, and still like do some nifty fucking damage.
No, doesn't it get Analytic as well? So Analytic hits like a truck as
Analytic,
well. So you don't even need it.
analytic plus download boost. Like even Porygon 2 can even hit like for some pretty decent damage. I think Pheasant Dippity is the only one here that isn't offensively threatening, at least in my eyes.
The only thing
And
you can
even then,
argue is
Pheasant Dippy
like
can run Swords Dance Technician.
you can argue it getting the Toxic Chain things with beat up, which will break something. It will just take longer, but yeah. But Pheasant Dippy is the only one that's not immediately offensively threatening on this team. Everything else can hit for a shit ton of damage. Rotom Frost has Bolt Beam coverage. Even Slowbro can hit hard. Like everything hits hard except
And
Pheasant Dippity.
Yeah, but
And
then
a lot of this team has.
Liberty forces a timer on, like Mons. So in a way, it's breaking.
I would also say a lot of this team has setup as well. Darkrai has Nasty Plot, Swords Dance on Ogerpon, Pheasant Dippity has Swords Dance, I think has Calm Mind, Rotom Frost has Nasty Plot, Dragon Dance Reggie Drago. I think Porygon 2 gets Nasty
No,
Plot.
it doesn't.
Can't confirm that. Oh, okay. Slowbro gets Nasty Plots and Calm Mind. I just don't. Doesn't really need it, and Stack Attacker doesn't really need it unless it gets Curse. It might get Curse.
No, it doesn't.
Gets Iron Defense. That's all it needs.
Oh, Iron Heads. Yeah, that's all it needs. Just live hits.
Yeah.
Does it get Body Press?
It does.
Of course it does.
Oh, wow. Fair. Why did I forget that?
Onto the support. You have lots and lots of momentum here. You have the very obvious, very good Trick Room support, which this team is kind of built around, having like some fast mons, and then mostly the hard hitters in Trick Room like Mega Camera and Stack Attacker. You like hazard support is very weak, as we've mentioned before. The Trick Room support is what is pretty amazing for this team, though. You have one solid knock-offer and one knock-offer in Darkrai. You have good taunt mons. One thing that is to mention here, Wish would be pretty cool for this team, just because it would make the Camel and Stack Attacker come in more, but I get why you don't have... didn't get a Wish setter, because it's hard to get a good Wish setter that also works in Trick Room or is pretty fast.
Pretty much. I like this team because it also works outside of Trick Room, because you have like these mons like Darkrai and Ogerpon and Zapdos.
Yeah, exactly. This is a
these
Trick Room
mons
team
don't
done
need
right.
Trick Room.
You have mons that work in Trick Room very well, and you have mons that work outside of Trick Room very well. Problem solving is where this team lacks a little bit again. You have Darkrai, which has Sword Stance. Probably will never use it, but it has it. Ogerpon is mostly going to be attacking or supporting. Zapdos can be attacking or defensive. Pheasant is just there to support. It has Sword Stance. Probably will not run it. It does have it. Then Rotom Frost, support or like offensive with Bolt Beam. Regidrago is going to be offensive most of the time, while it does have a defensive niche because it has 200 HP. The defense is kind of pulled that down a lot. Porygon 2 is mostly going to be support, while it has the offensive capabilities in Trick Room. It's mostly going to be like, okay, I click Recover, I click Trick Room, I click Teleport.
Annoying.
Yeah. Slowbro is going to be defensive mostly on this team. I feel like it has offensive capabilities though, especially in Trick Room. And Camel and Staka are going to be offensive most of the time, unless you want to run a defensive Staka, which you very well can do with Terra.
Yeah.
Abusing that Trick Room, baby.
I think considering the handicap he had been... Actually, do you know, I'll say something really funny in sport for other videos. Every division drafted Mega Camera up.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Wait, really?
Yeah, every division
yeah,
drafted Mega
every
Camel.
division.
That's
Zach's got
fucking
it on his. Zach's got it on his team. I can't remember who's got it in Clodcire.
Somebody has
but
it.
I was like, yeah. Like, I was like joking with. I was saying to Zach, like, do you realize? Because originally he was going to go Mega B, and I was saying like, do you realize everyone's drafting Mega Camera ups?
He's like, I gotta be part of this. Oh, beautiful.
Freak meter.
And the freak meter. In speaking of the man, the myth, the legend himself, an erupt zillion out of 10. This team is freaky.
Next up, we have Rena. Rena's typings look pretty well, except that you're missing.
Can I just pause a second? I want to comment on the memes a second. So I basically made
like a bull.
I made the Iron Skiddy meme first because I went down basically the rankings, and I got to arenas and I was like, well, do I go back and delete Iron Skiddy's basically posts? It's like, no, I can't be asked. It's going to be on there twice because it's such a funny line.
Damn. Okay. Typings wise, you're only missing a ghost type of the important typings, which is actually pretty fine because you have Empoleon, which is a great normal resist, and you have a lot of fighting resists. Like you have Weezing, which is amazing as a fighting resist, and Gliscor, which can take fighting hits pretty well as well. Speed tiers are pretty good. Nothing really standing out on the speed tier. There's one gap between Victini and Valiant, which is kind of annoying, but I feel like you can patch it up a little bit by like running Victini max speed, but it is annoying to have there. Hazards wise, you have Gliscor, probably the best hazard setter in the game. It gets every hazard, it takes unnecessary amounts of hits somehow. You have a backup rocker in Empoleon, you have a backup T-Spiker in Weezing. A backup Spiker would be nice, but you don't really need one since you have Gliscor. Removal is ass. It's only defog, which is kind of anti-synergy with how the team plays, and with Gliscor obviously, because you only have two defoggers, one being Empoleon and the other being Gliscor itself, and Gliscor already has a shit ton of 4 moves slot syndrome, because it never can fit everything it wants to.
Yeah. I
Yes, Roy?
Had one of his iconic mic disconnected moments.
sorry. I was just saying basically Rapid Spin would help this so much.
Oh yeah.
You know, for someone who won like 10K off of poker, who would have thought, you know?
I'm lazy and I haven't got a new laptop yet.
what I would do personally, this team's Terra captains, by the way, are Meloetta and Groddle. Swap out that Groddle. Get yourself a low point spinner just to have one in case you really want to have it. Like get Quagsire or
man.
something.
A 2-point spinner? Are we for real right now? What is he gonna grab?
Quagsire. This is the best
Water
choice there.
Please, brother. At that point, just draft something funny.
Honestly, I kind of agree with them too. I think you just switch from the lower tiers around, and then you have like a 5-point spinner like Kamala or something. That at least then makes sense.
I guess, yeah.
Because Kamala will come games.
We get into breaking power. Physically, you have Weavile, Valiant, Victini. Especially, you have Valiant, Victini, Meloetta, Raging Bolt, and Empoleon. Physically, a little weaker than specially, but Weavile hits like a motherfucker. V-Cray Victini with Choice Band is gonna nuke people. And Valiant is obviously can run physical, special, whatever the fuck it wants. And one thing to mention, there is the Pirouette Meloetta, which he can run if he wants to.
And that is a legit set. I've actually run it and gotten kills with it.
Yes, Roy. You have gotten kills with a lot of weird mods. We know that.
So Aaron has 2. So let's give Aaron credit there as well. Aaron's got kills.
Yeah, but Aaron's not old, so it's fine.
Pirouette Meloetta is actually.
What do you mean?
Pirouette Meloetta is viable. It's annoying that it changes form, but if you like, it's a good cleaner to have.
God, I need like a draft where you can draft Pirouette and Meloetta like by itself.
Yeah, I want that too, but probably never happening.
Same. Such good like Feature.
Yeah, for support, hazard support is good. Momentum support is good. You have trick room options, but what are you gonna support with trick room? Groddle?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Does Groddle get Shell Smash? Does Groddle get Shell Smash?
Shell Smash and trick room, nice.
Shell Smash and trick room, let's go. You have a lot of knockoffs.
Wait, hang on.
And a lot of taunters. The one gripe is actually there is no gripe. You don't really need a Wish Passer. What the fuck just happened? Anyway, spoilers. Something just happened and I didn't even click anything. Anyway, this
I didn't even see you. Oh god, I was looking at a different tab for 2 seconds and you fucked up somehow. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just showed the sexy motherfucker on the next slide.
Yeah, just ignore the stuff on top, I guess. I can actually fix that real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Click click Control F5. Click Control F5.
Let's refresh
Oh god.
Oh yes,
spoilers.
Quick,
make it quick.
Okay.
No, we're fine. You only spawned one side.
Oh wait, I don't even know if everything is different, but anyways.
I mean,
okay,
I can just see some German
it's
text.
back. Okay, let's go. Anyway,
we're professional.
Very professional. Never making mistakes. Where were we? Support, pretty decent. Could be better. Let's move on to problem solving. You have Valiant and Victini, which are 2 incredibly versatile mons. You add to that Meloetta, which can be
Gliscor on top of that.
Yeah, you have Gliscor and Meloetta on top of that. Even like something like Empoleon can be like versatile, pretty versatile. This team can do pretty much all of it, and none of it at the same time if it wants to.
Honestly, I would say the top. Honestly, top 10 team wise are solid. I think the teams in this Quagsire are overall pretty damn good. Like, I don't think there's any other than like the bottom few teams. I don't think there's any actual ass teams.
Yeah.
Everyone has good teams. I agree.
Well, not Harry.
Freak meter.
Well,
0.00000 out of 10.
Is that because of the robot?
There's children there.
There's children there.
Victini, Meloetta.
Anyway, now we get to Roy. Okay, Roy, quiet down for this one.
Fucking hot. He's so fucking hot.
I am so fucking hot. Alright, what's my mic?
So fucking hot.
Okay, as is tradition, do people mute when their team comes on?
Hell yeah, baby. Can I do it?
You can go
and
take it. Emilia.
Let him do it. Let him do it.
Let me shit all over this. I know. Roy. I'm surprised Roy made it this hard. I remember looking at Roy's team thinking, could be better. Anyways, Roy, let's see what you got here. When it comes to your essential typings, I mean, I expect nothing else from Roy. You know, he's not a moron. You know, he's got his essential typings pretty much filled out, right? He's got what he needs to, right? He's got a bit of a nice weakness. I'm not gonna lie, but
Oh my goodness, yeah.
yeah, his resist being aloe. Aloe's really bulky though, so I think Roy can make it work. But he's a bit ice weak. I'm not
Until
gonna
he
lie.
runs into like a Kiram or something.
Shush your
Yeah,
face.
freeze Drymon's eat his ass. But anyway.
Yeah.
They- they-
100%.
They eat my
Carrie's
ass, no
entire
lube.
ass.
I'm gonna have to come up with a plan for that.
Oh, Jakata, your bundle goes in here.
Yeah, and
Anyways.
anyways. Yeah, continue.
Anyway.
I would
Ghost
just- I would just like-
Roy, shut up. Roy, shut up.
I want to point out I've got
Eat
Terra
your
Stone
beans and
Roguelar.
toast. Eat your beans and toast. Anyways, we got other than that, we also have a bit of a ghost weakness, not gonna lie. Brew Bonnet, dark type. I don't know how bulky. I mean, it's got a pretty. It's actually pretty bulky. Bulkier than
It's
I thought.
very bulky. It almost has 100 in every
Yeah.
stat.
I didn't even know that. I don't know. I just assume this month's super shit.
It's
I mean, it
because
is
of the
still kinda
natural
not good.
typing. Grass and dark is an ass typing.
Yeah,
evolved
grass and dark
naturally.
is pretty bad. Yeah, but I'd still want something else to handle the ghost types. So, and Porygon is like a 1-pointer, but like it's still a Porygon. It's not bad for 1 point.
Yeah,
but
the
like,
Terra captains are Mimikyu, Slowbro, and Porygon,
Still
by
there.
the way.
I love Terra Mimikyu, by the way. That was an excellent choice by Roy. When we go into speed tiers, first glaring thing is like 110 max speed, which is like, here's the thing. It's like it's very
Fake.
hard. No, it's not fake. Like Latios is a good speed tier, but it's just like, do you want something faster? Yes, but like at the same time, I understand when people don't get mons faster than 110 because it's just like all the really good fast mons are just super top heavy,
Yeah,
and like sometimes
and-
you just don't get them.
Like, if you look at a lot of speed heavy mons, it's mostly flying and electric types. Roy doesn't have an electric type, obviously, and his flying type is Charizard. Why?
Exactly.
So, either he picks up a dog shit.
I have two flying types. I have two flying types.
Oh yeah, you have Celesteela
Roy
as
is
well.
just in love. Roy's just in love. This Roy and gapping are like 1-1.
Yeah.
But I love him for it. He's my
Yeah,
favorite
but-
European.
If Roy wanted to have speedy mon, you should have either grabbed one earlier or like get shitty electric type like Bolton that is fast. And
Mega Manetric.
Bolton was considered, but I wanted something better.
Or does not know how to stay muted. Anyways,
Roy does- bro really does
But
not
yeah.
know how to stay muted.
anyways, so yeah, there's the
I
110
do
speed
not.
thing. For some people, it's a bigger thing. Like me, I almost ran a 110 max speed this season, but I didn't end up. But I understand why some people do it. Is it a flaw? Yes, sometimes it just fucking happens. Other than that, the rest of his speed tiers, he's got a gap between 85 and 65, and it's like one of them's Duraludon, so it's like.
To be fair,
I
Great
don't
Tusk
rate
is not
Duraludon.
far above Duraludon's 87.
That's true. 87, but like it still increases the gap. So let's say 87 to 65, still a gap right there that I would preferably hope to be filled. And then for hazards, we have Great Tusk, Duraludon, and then Spidops. Hazards are pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Hazards are pretty shit. Hazards are pretty shit. I'm not really a big fan of that. Spidops is just a very like one game a season mon, maybe two. And then Duraludon, I don't even know why I drafted it. I'm not a big fan of it. So we got Tusk.
Yeah, he
then
basically also
removal.
only has Rapid Spin because both of his defoggers are fake shit.
Are terrible. Yeah, they're fucking terrible. So Tusk is pulling up so much fucking weight for this team already. It's
I
so
would like to
bad.
just point out, Duraludon was only drafted so I had a second rocker.
That's a big yikes.
So yeah,
Yes, my hazards are fucking shit. They are so fucking shit.
Roy loves yapping.
so Roy loves yapping. So yeah, I would honestly rate his essential roles a little lower. I don't know how high I rated them.
You
When
rated
I
him at
first
6.
put my rankings, 6, I was way too nice. This shit's like a 4. Anyways,
Yeah, I think I
Um,
rated it 4 or 5. Like my essential rolls are ass. I do not like
Yeah,
my
your
essential
essential-
rolls.
yeah, your essential roles are pretty bad. So, but we ended up giving it a 5. But when we move on to the breaking power, it's hard. It's hard to fuck up breaking power, brother. Like,
It's
You have to be a
really
stick.
hard to mess up.
It's
That's
really hard
such
to, hard to
facts.
get a. It's really
I
hard
usually-
to get a bad score. in
Oh,
breaking.
Can
there's
I
one
point out?
rule
Unless
that
you
you-
I usually have ass breaking power, so I can fuck up quite
yeah, because
often.
you're a stall player. Yeah, because you're a stall player. But like this time you did all right. So, Latios, Mega Charizard Y, Terra, Mimikyu, especially with the Terra, is gonna be very nice. Great Tusk, an amazing not Terra Cap, just an amazing mod in general. It's gonna be a little awkward considering the team that he's built around on how he's gonna use Great Tusk on whether he's gonna be more offensive or defensive. Most likely defensive because look
Hey,
at
he
the
has
board.
a Steeler there, okay? Steeler can take a lot
He
of
does have a
blows
Steeler.
out of Great Tusk.
Right, but Steeler also wants to be offensive, but like it's fine. Anyways, Great Tusk, as they are, Great Tusk offensive. Duraludon, I don't even know what the hell that thing does, so I'm not gonna mention it. Alamomola, very defensive piece, and then Celesteela can definitely 100% play the offensive role. Brute Bonnet has like a 127 attack, whatever. Then
Yeah, and
Silver Galar
that and
even
Sun hits
can
hard.
do pretty nice. Yeah, that and Sun, Brute Bonnet and Sun, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, you add the fact that I totally forgot. Yeah, Great Tusk and Sun, so yeah, that elevates that even more.
Yeah.
So it's some pretty nice breaking power. I think it's a fair 8.
Also to mention, the Slowbro Galar is Terra, and then Quick Claw isn't banned, so Quick Claw, Quick Draw, Nasty Plot bullshit is viable for him.
It's viable. So you know
And
what?
I'm lucky, so I will get it off.
Yes, Roy. On to the
Nice.
support. Charizard obviously supports Bonnet and Tusk. Then he has Wish support and Aloe. He doesn't have Aromatherapy or Heal Bell, which kind of sucks, but it's fine, I guess. Hazard support his ass. But
He still has a really good
yeah,
passer.
there's also one big thing to mention. This team supports itself pretty well through Trick Room. You have a lot of slow mons like Brute Bonnet and Slowbro Galar, which excel in Trick Room, obviously. Roy can pull that off with Trick Room from Slowbro or Mimikyu, or even Porygon, which can Trick Room and then teleport out.
So yeah, I think we also rated the support a little too high. I probably would have rated like 1 point lower, not too much lower, but like 1 point lower.
Yeah.
I still think it's fine, just because the hazard support is so bad, and then it's like the rest of it is like fine. But he also has like Sun, and to support his Tusk and his Boop.
Yeah.
The Hazards is definitely the best. It's easily the weakest part of this team. Like, the Hazards I hate.
Roy.
I'm gonna
eat your
server mute him
Vegemite.
in a second
and-
here. Anyway,
Rude.
problem solving.
Brother, go eat your Vegemite. Anyways,
Problem solving.
Yeah.
Latios can run Dragon Dance, while
Okay,
will
Vegemite
probably
is
not.
Australia.
You son, Ben, get him. He did.
No
fuck.
impulse control.
God damn it!
Anyway, problem solving. Latios can run physical sets. Well, will probably not, because regular Latios doesn't hit as hard physically. Dragon Dance is an option if Roy really, really wants to. And we know Roy is...
And the attack, baby.
Roy
Roy is
loves
a
the
freak.
weirder
though.
sets.
Roy's a weird. Yeah, Roy's a freak.
Zard Y is mostly going to be special offensive, and obviously supporting with Sun. Mimikyu, he's going to try to get Kill Leader with it, so it's going to be offensive most of the time. Great Tusk obviously has versatility in being defensive or offensive. Duraludon has Eviolite set and spec sets. It has a 120 special attack set, which is very respectable. And Eviolite makes it actually pretty bulky. Then we have Aloe, which is going to be defensive. That's all Aloe does. There's no offensive niche Aloe has.
I did get Choice Banded Aloed once. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
Then we have Steela, which is obviously very versatile. Physical, special, defensive, it has it all. Only thing it doesn't have is recovery, but Aloe provides that with the Wish support. Brute Bonnet can...
I mean, it has Leech Seed, no?
Yeah, but I don't count Leech Seed as reliable recovery. Because while it recovers a little bit of your HP, obviously, it doesn't recover like a lot like a Synthesis, a Morning Sun recover or something does.
Yeah, of course not, but it has a little bit, if needed.
If needed, yeah. Then Brute Bonnet
It has survivability.
Yeah,
Like,
Brute Bonnet is mostly going to be
yeah.
offensive, probably, just because it's not Terra. Roy could have made it Terra, but he chose Slowbro over it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like terraing grass dark type always proves to be beneficial.
yeah.
Look at the Rude.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Porygon is mostly going to be there to support the team with Trick Room. It has a little bit of a defensive niche against Ghost types specifically, but that's it. Spidops is just there to set up Hazard. That's all it does. And Slowbro Galar is pretty versatile regen sets or with that are defensive with Terra, or offensive sets with Quick Draw, Quick Claw, or Trick Room. All work. And then to the Freak Meter.
I mean, like, do I have to say anything else? It's European out of 10. It's freaky as hell.
Anyway, Roy is back unmuted.
Roy, get your sexiness back.
Vegemite is just fucking Australia. It's not fucking European.
Dudes, I'm taking this one. I know I have known Terabyte the longest here. I will take it.
Hold on. I just want to say real quick, just keep eating your Vegemite. You know, get you some Nando's or whatever the hell.
No, Nando's is sick. I just want to add also, I might change it to Terra Brute Bonnet halfway through the season. Depends how it goes. Like, I generally was tossing up between the two of them.
Yeah, okay.
Did you think about that when you were eating your Vegemite?
I don't eat Vegemite. I eat Nando's like a real Brit.
He eats baked beans on toast or...
I do not eat baked beans on toast! Baked beans on toast is shit!
Anyways, let's get into Terabyte number 5. Essential rules. Right off the bat, you don't have a normal type, and your ghost resists slow kicks. That's awful.
Baby. Oh, baby.
You don't have a grounded poison type, which is also awful because T-spikes will be viable. Then you're incredibly fire weak, with one resist being your Palafin, which does not want to switch into most fire moves to avoid getting burned. And then Moltres, which is a good fire resist. You also don't have a ghost type, and your normal resist is Fortress. You have a lot of fighting resist.
Fortress is the GOAT, though. Fortress is the best mon of all time, though.
Fortress
draft mon of all time.
Okay.
If Fortress had 6 move slots, it'd be incredible.
If Fortress had 6 move slots and had Flash Fight, then it'd be a good mon.
Anyway, speed
Ben,
tiers.
go back to Vegemite.
Speed tiers are pretty good, except for the gap between Zam and Enamoris. That is pretty ugly. And then there's a big drop off between Rillaboom and Ice Cube. This team obviously doesn't care about speed tiers, which I will get into with Breaking Power, but the speed tiers on paper are pretty ugly. Hazards-wise, we have 2 good hazard setters in Fortress and Sandy Shocks. Of course, maybe one more just to free up the load a little bit would be nice, but not necessary. Defog-wise, Moltres is a good defogger and Fortress is a good spinner. Backups would be cool, but you don't have them, sadly. Now we get into what this team does the best, and basically the only thing this team does, and that is break.
Fucks.
This team fucks. We have 3 of the strongest priority users in the game, and Palafin, Rillaboom, and Low-Kicks. Well, Low-Kicks is, by the way, Terra. Same with Ice Cube. You have Alakazam and Enamoris, both with 135, which hit incredibly hard. You have Sandy Shocks. You have Special Palafin, which is viable. You have Moltres, which hits like a motherfucker. You even have, like, Ice Cube, once it gets rid of its fucking ice face, with a belly drum, it will hit like a truck. The only mon that is not able to run offensive is Fortress. And Fortress does not need to. This team breaks. This team is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, this is basically Sully's favorite meme. I will say this team is either going to win a game in 20 turns, or it's going to lose a game in 20 turns.
Yes. This is where I wanted to go with
20 is
support.
generous. I was thinking like 10.
No, Fortress has Surdy and Ice Cube has Ice Face. That's at least 4 turns.
This team very obviously has no Wish Passer and very little defensive options. Hazards are pretty okay. You have good knock offers. You have a lot of taunters. But for the fact that
grassy terrain support, I like that with Palafin.
Yeah, but really considering this is almost a hyper offense team, you could have a little bit more momentum. While you have good momentum in your 3 U-turners, Volt Switch is not reliable momentum. It is momentum, but not reliable. And then you have Flip Turn Palafin, which is obviously great.
I will say this: I really do like the synergy of taking Rillaboom, which is one of Palafin's greatest answers, and drafting it.
Oh yeah, I love that one. And then problem solving. Most of this team's problems get solved by just clicking buttons. That's basically it.
Yeah. I would
Obviously,
also like to point out Spidops is a better Hazardmon than Fortress, just to annoy Amelia.
also, you have options. Inamours can run physical
you.
with Contrary and Superpower. Sandy Shocks can run defensively if needed. Palafin obviously can be physical or special. Low Kicks is just going to attack. Moltres, offensive or defensive. Rillaboom has good defensive sets because of grassy terrain. Like a grassy terrain leftovers set with Leech Seed is very annoying to deal with. Then there's funny stuff you can do with Ice Cube, like constantly getting Snow up against physical attackers, which just makes them unable to break Ice Cube. And Fortress is just Fortress. It's gonna set up Hazard, Rapid Spin, and that's it.
I will say there's a few funny things he can do with this team as well, especially with Gravity Sandy Shocks. For example, then just clicking Zap Cannon or not missing his Focus Blast.
Yeah. This team is on a mission to just make everybody either go ban for ban with it or try to defend it, which probably not.
Yeah, you have to go ban for ban like shit against this team.
You cannot defend this team. You have to go ban for ban. That's the only option you have.
And also, his favorite penis shape is a vagina.
Emilio, Freak Meter.
To be honest. Missionary. I want to look this team in the eyes passionately.
Emilio, don't lie. Your favorite penis shape is
hey,
penis.
yo. On to number 4.
Oh, okay.
Makoto, you know the rules.
Yeah,
I'm muted. It just doesn't show it on the thing for some reason.
Yeah, same. I was muted too.
Roy, go ahead. Take this one.
All right, this seems fucking ass. Nah, I'm kidding. This team actually is quite good. I like this team. I thought this team a lot. I will say there is no normal type, and the dark type is a Meowscarada, so that is a big weakness. Because I like Meowscarada, fantastic mon, but yeah, it's not really living hits from a ghost type. The Terras are Wishcash, Neolego. Is Illumise Terra type as well?
It is not. No, it is.
Okay, well,
Wishcash,
Illumise
and Wishcash, yeah. All three.
Okay, well, Wishcash is your answer to ghost types, I guess. Wishcash isn't the worst answer, to be fair.
Mega Scissor can answer the physical ones, and Sylveon can answer the special ones, technically.
Yeah, like technically. Honestly, it's probably okay, guys. 3 water types is weird, but honestly, it kind of works. Like, Iron Bundle is basically not a type, if that makes sense. It's just there to hit click buttons, and Rotom Wash is an actual mon. Wishcash is going to be there for hazard support, based on what I know of Jakarta's team. I want to say Wishcash is basically just better at Spidops. I'm not even joking when I say that. Looking at the team as well, Dragons. Actually, no, Dragons fine. I'm trying to look at Dark Type. Knockoff's kind of free into team a bit. Their speed tiers are good. Maybe a bit weak to Trick Room, but even then they have like Mega Scizor and Sylveon. They're not going to care about Trick Room. Hazards are very good. Wishcash does support it as well. Neolego's probably not coming with hazards that often, and Lando supports. It's all monsters that basically don't love running hazards, but it's enough that basically covers it. His defog's fine. Honestly, I look at his team, I don't think it's going to run hazards that often. Maybe we want a rapid spinner if you could fit it, but Mega Scissor is not running defog. I actually
disagree, because offensive teams like hazards even more than defensive teams. Just because it gets kill ranges easier. So not having a spinner is kind of detrimental to this team, but I guess it's fine since you have a lot of good quality defoggers. And most of your hazard centers can come in multiple times, except for like Wishcash and Neoligo.
Yeah, I think it honestly most of all works. I will say this actually, fairy spam can be special fairy spam can be quite good into this team as well, because you're only real. Well, actually no, because Neoligo's actually got good defense stats. Yeah, I forgot that it's not paper films for death; it's paper films defense scroll, so probably okay. Breaking power, it excels in. You know what Iron Bundle does. Jakota literally wanks off to them on at night, so you don't need to us to tell us how good it is. Terranigalo is a monster as well. Lando Iron Rotom Wash can be niche special sets, and Sylveon is a nuke in the right hands. Mega Scizor, enough said. Meow, enough said with Protean. Lando as well. This team hits hard physically, like it just breaks everything.
Yeah, it does not hit as hard as Terabytes, but it hits very hard.
Like it's fair. Support wise, Iron Bundle gets some very underrated support because you don't always need to run it. Basically, you can just run it boots and you run a
Encore.
support move. Encore,
Encore.
taunt, sub as well for its own support. Mouse Rider is very good taunt mon with knockoff. Nia Lego can set up hazards as well. A lot of teams set up hazards. Willow support from Rotom Wash. Illamuse is a very fun Prancer mon in the right matchups. Get stuff like Trick, Encore, Tailwind. You can even do weather support if you want for the right matchup. Sylveon as well with Wish support and Heal Bow. I know he's got some fun stuff planned with Wish Cast as well, which is again better Spide Ops, but for what he's planning to use it for. And then problem solving, this team does what it does. Like that's why problem solving is a weakness. And that's not meant in a bad way, it just does what it does. Like the only really super versatile ones, in my opinion, are Lando T and Mouscarada. Everything else does what it says it does. And that's a good strength of the team. It does it well.
Yeah, obviously you have stuff like Mega Scizor and Sylveon, which can run both defense and offense. But like the nature of this team, we're gonna see a Sword Stance Mega Scizor often, a defensive Sylveon often.
Yeah, and I mean that does work. It does what it does well. I also like the fact you muted Emilio by mistake, not Jakota.
No, Emilio muted himself. I didn't mute Emilio.
No, it's funny. No, you muted Emilio. It's funnier.
Okay.
Jakota, do you want to add anything?
Oh, let's see. I feel like Rotom like is more versatile than it's being given credit for. So far in
Maybe.
like mock, what do you mean? I mean, like it can come Scarf offensive, or like
Oh, I know it can. I just don't think it does in
bring
your
to
team. Your team just does everything else so well. I don't think it needs to, especially with an Iron Bundle.
Yeah, for
yeah.
for how your team
But like the
plays.
Scarf could be like for trick and like
Yeah.
stuff like that more so than like the
Yeah, of course.
um.
Every Rotom can do that. Like it's
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm
it's
not
like
saying that like
nothing against your team, but like most mons have like a certain style they will play on this team, like with how this team is built. Like most of the time, Rotom Wash is gonna be there to Volt Switch out, Willow, be annoying. That's basically it.
In the same way, like my team's biggest weakness is essential roles. So essential roles are fucking ass on my team, like ass fuck. I would have gone hard on it. Like your team's weakness is its problem solving, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be good at problem solving. It does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, like
Your team, you will make
yeah,
playoffs this team. I
like
think.
like you could argue Bundle is a problem solver itself because it hits almost every single mon in the metagame for very
neutral or
for
super
neutral
effective.
or super effective. Yeah, but
The only thing that doesn't hit is what Empoleon.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the or like water absorb mons that are Terra Steel, but that's like niche.
that's super
Or
niche. Or
Volcanion,
like
but that was
I
drafted.
I faced someone last season and I brought a dry skin Terrifier Toxicroak. That was interesting.
Yeah, honestly,
Terra-
Volcanion's another one that was it, but I don't think that was drafted.
Yeah. The reason why I don't give Bundle credit is because a lot of its problem solving comes from hitting Hydro Pumps, not missing them. Like
yeah, but if you don't miss them,
if you miss a crucial Hydro Pump, Iron Bundle could be dead at that point.
Yeah, but we're not Amelia. We don't miss Hydro Pump.
yeah, we don't. I'm not worried about missing a Hydro Pump. I got one miss per season. That's the rule. I only get one miss per season.
When I use Iron Bundle, I think last time I used it, I didn't miss Hydro Pump once when it mattered. I only missed it once, and it was on a mon that didn't matter.
The last time I used Iron Bundle, I didn't miss Hydro Pump any game except for one where I missed 4.
That sounds like that.
Last time I used Iron Bundle, I lost a playoff game to Ben. Actually, that wasn't the last time, but that's just the most memorable moment I have with it.
Okay, Emilio, Freak Meter.
I was gonna do something cringy. Meow trillion out of 10. No,
Good
I
that you
can't. I
didn't
have
do
too
the
much.
cringy thing.
You are now.
You are
not. You'll never beat the furry allegations.
We had the man of 7s. Now we have the man of
This is
8s.
so satisfying.
Person of 8s. Bloop. All 8s around the board.
This is a Petron team.
Yeah. We have essential typings. We don't have a grounded poison, which is kind of ass, but you have Misty Terrain, so kind of fixes that issue. And a little Fire Weak, but you have Feeny to take hits. Mega Diancie does seem like it takes hits, but it doesn't take them as well as you think it does.
I would say the Charger Bug kind of
Yeah,
adds to the Fire Weakness, but Charger Bug's not really coming, to be honest, often.
Yeah. speed tiers wise, high speed tier 110 is obviously not ideal, but a lot of good fast mons go very early, so I get why some people might not have a mon over 110 because they don't want to pick up a shitty mon or a mon that doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's the point I was trying to make with the Roy team.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned about the Bolton thing. Because I actually considered Bolton on one of my draft plans. Like, am I ever going to bring Bolton to a matchup for speed? Fuck no. I'd rather just be slower.
Yeah. And while there's a speed gap between Diancie and Urshifu single, it's right on the cusp of being a viable speed gap. So it's fine. Hazards wise, we have a lot of rock setters. Only one spiker, no T spiker. Although that might be. I think Gligar gets T spikes, right?
No, I don't know if it does. I'll double check now though, because I might even get spikes actually.
Yeah. My dog might just be fucked because I'm pretty sure Gligar gets all 3 hazards.
It gets spikes and it
Gets
gets
spikes,
stealth rocks and toxic spikes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
my dog's just wrong.
Yeah.
So
The
hazards,
hazards
are
are even better,
amazing. Hazard removal is also amazing. You have 2 spinners, one very good one back. You have a good defogger and a backup defogger. Like the speed tiers,
The
speed tiers are not having
the
a
only thing I'll
poison
say,
type is dragging
I
it
don't
down a
think you
little, but pretty good essentials.
I don't think you ever want to run defog on Finny, but it doesn't matter here because you've got the other 3 mons. Like Finny, I wouldn't even count as a defogger. You never really want to run defog on Finny because it gets rid of your own terrain a lot of the time. But
I
the
feel-
remove
Yeah,
options
but
are
to be
great
fair,
there.
Finny is the least reliant top on
Finny
its
is the most
terrain.
expensible
Oh, good.
like terrain.
Yeah, Finny is the top that
Like,
is
out of all
least
of them?
reliant on its own terrain, so I think it's fine to run defog Finny if needed be.
Oh, the terrors, by the way, are Gligar, which Amino is used to great success, Dunsparce, and Chargebug.
I love Gligar so fucking much, bro.
Breaking
I have a
power.
plushie of him.
Physically, we have
He's
Mega
looking at
Diancie, Urshifu single, and Serena. Especially, we have Mega Diancie again, Terrapagos, and Golden Go, which is very solid. We have 3 good attackers for both stats. Maybe like a 3rd physical attacker would be probably good because Serena is not the most reliable. While it has 120 in attack, it's a grass type. It
I
has
will say this.
fighting and ice coverage, and I think even knockoff, but sometimes you would just wish it would hit harder.
I will say this: Terra to Dunsparce or 100 attack is going to hit some teams with Terra normal attack very, very strong.
Yeah,
Body
of course.
slam as well. It does get boom burst as well, which is usually better, but it can run physical too because I know it gets curse and coil. It gets coil as well.
Yeah. Support. Hazard support is amazing, as we've mentioned before. You have a good amount of momentum, actually. Like for this team, it doesn't need too much momentum, so it's pretty fine. You have a Trick Room mode, which Mega Diancie can set up for the Dunsparce. Then you obviously have... the biggest part is, 1, the Misty Terrain, which helps Urshifu Single Strike not get burned. While it's a little anti-synergy because... No, it was Dark Dragon moves that got reduced in Fairy Misty Terrain, not Dark type moves, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Okay. So there's no anti-synergy.
Synergy's perfect.
Yeah, synergy is perfect. And the thing that gets support as high as it is Golden Go. It's the best spin defog blocker there is, so your hazards will stay up most of the time.
Which this team loves, especially Spikes. Spikes is so good at reverse single strike. And also Terrapagos Terra Terrapagos is a fantastic cleaner in endgame.
Yeah, Terrestrial Terrapagos, not Terra Terrapagos. We don't have Terra Terrapagos.
Unless we start playing VGC, guys, who's with me?
I'm up for that. I actually won a VGC draft game the other day.
And then to the problem solving, we obviously have Mega Diancie, which is very versatile in both attacking stats. Urshifu is going to be physical. Terrapagos is actually versatile with defensive niches more than being like... It has defensive niches and obviously the special attacking set. Feeny, mostly going to be defensive. Same with Gligar. Golden Goal can run defensive or offensive. Same with Serena. The Dunsparce is very versatile. Physical, special, defensive, can do it all. And Chargebug is there for webs.
No, he's not. He's there to be cute too.
True.
Look at him. So handsome.
Now then, Emilio, Freak Meter.
Not my most creative, Uh, that 1 0
It's 10 million.
out of 10. Yeah, there you go.
He basically wants to fuck a single strike.
Exactly.
If it was Rapid Strike, it would have been Infinity. I fucking love Rapid Strike.
Anyway,
Literally, like top 10
next
favorite
up
Pokemon right now.
is me. I don't know what the fuck
God,
just
what
happened.
is this fucking bias? What the fuck is this bias? Yo, this
For real.
Clodcast is on bias.
Right before I mute, I
Yo.
just want to mention I did not rank my own team. That was only Roy and Emilio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, likely story.
Yeah,
I
okay,
remember
Dad.
giving everything a 1. I remember giving everything
I
a
get
1.
everything a 5.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Anyway.
I assume he's
All
muted.
right.
So,
Yeah, he's
so who
muted
wants
now.
to take
All
it?
right.
So
I'll
Ben
take it.
basically, but Ben's idea was to build this team around Mega Beedrill.
Yeah, and Mega Beach a pretty cool mon. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's pretty based for it.
But it's a bit
you know,
shit. Let's be fair.
it
Needs a
almost
lot of
makes
work.
up for being German, but like I could look past some things.
Aren't
All
you
right,
Mexican?
essential rules. We're not talking about me here, bro. Save it for the next video. The Cloud PRs. Anyways, down to his essential roles. Much like Roy, Ben is not an idiot. He knows what he needs. He knows what he doesn't. He's got. Funny enough, he's got one of every type except ice, and I just think that's funny. But it's fine. Piercy got a bit of a flying weakness, but he has a really good quad resist and magnet zone. I think that's perfectly fine.
And that's a Terra Captain as well.
And his Terra Captain as well. It doesn't matter too well. I don't think so. Because he also has like Terra Colossal. And like that is pretty good as a Terra Captain. Noted that he did draft Sock, and I just think he's really cool for that. But that aside,
spoiler, that mon will do work, I think.
it
Right.
fun fact, he gets 30.
Right.
Some people might not know that. Anyways, like I said,
I forgot
Ben's
that.
got pretty much all of his essential types pretty filled out. When it comes to his speed tiers, they're also like pretty filled out excellently. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Even
they're
down
like
to,
kind of
higher
perfect.
tier.
Yeah.
They're pretty excellent. I'm not gonna lie, because it goes down to because some people have like 110 and then they'll have like a jump to 145, and even Ben has like a little gap in between where he's got 145 into 120 into 110 and then into his 100 or 98 100. They feel the same thing with Hydreigon. So that very well, and then he goes down to 85, 75, 60, 50, 30, and that's amazing speed tiers. When it comes to his hazards, he's got great setters in Colossal and Donphan. Hydreigon can do it. It's very niche, but he can still do it. Same thing with Ogerpon, but they're nice options to have.
I'm
I
gonna
think
be
Donphan's
honest.
the better box setter.
I don't think Hydreigon's ever doing it on this team,
No,
and that's a good
no,
thing.
100%
That's a
can.
good thing. That's a good
100%
thing.
can.
He can. It's one thing that makes it hazard so good is he doesn't need to do it on Hydreigon. He actually doesn't need to do that. That's what makes it so good, I think.
He doesn't have to, right? The options there. I think Rock's Hydreigon is still very, as like a principle, is still very good. So yeah, hazards, they're good. They're good. They're passable. They're very passable. And then when his removal is actually very excellent. He's got great defoggers, and he's got a great defogger in Torn. I think Florges can also defog pretty well. Beedrill and Hydreigon are kind of fake though, but he's got 2 great rapid spinners in Donphan. Excellent rapid spinner. And then you add Terra on Colossal, and then it becomes a great rapid spinner. So I think his removal is really good.
I'm the opposite to you. I think Florges is a fake defogger, whereas Hydreigon is an option, if that makes sense. Like,
I think Florges is a fake defogger.
I think Florges is very fair.
I don't like Florges defog. I like Florges as basically a support mon or a sat mon. I don't like it with defog personally. I don't think it's bad. Like I think Hydreigon when you're using it defensively is actually good defog. That's fair.
I think it's
I mean,
apples to oranges.
Yeah,
like they're both. It's not their preferred role. That's why he has other removals, but like they both can do it.
Yeah.
Though
they're like the fifth and sixth option because Mega Beedrill is the best defogger, clearly.
Obviously, bro. Of course, no one's doubting that. Anyways, so yeah, his essential roles are pretty stacked, I'd say, for the most part. Me personally, I kind of wish he had a better spiker. I think just because like I don't think Colossal. I think Colossal is good. I think comes every game. I wish he had like a more prominent spiker on his team, at least for me personally. Though that might be a nitpick, to be honest. I tend to be a little nitpicky though. So if that happens, that happens. Whatever. But regardless, I think Ben kind of filled out all his holes. He's fine. He did a good job.
Yeah, his holes are filled. His holes are definitely filled.
Breaking power. The Team Fox. What could I say? He's got Mega B, physical, 150 special, not special attack. Definitely not special attack. He's got 150 attack. Really great. Will we see any fell sting? Any fell sting plays? What's the move called? Fell
Yes.
stinger.
No, it is
Stinger,
Fell
yeah.
Stinger. You're right. You're right.
Fell
You're right. You're
stinger.
right.
Yo, Ben, please bring that shit at least once this week, bro. I fucking love that move. I've never gotten to work.
He
will
did. I
try.
don't think he brought it this week. I don't think he brought it this week.
Thank you, Benjamin. So fell stinger. Anyways, 150 attack. It's a really good attacker. It's amazing. Torn, the bird, the mon I wanted, I couldn't get it. I'm in Clyde. Someone took it from me. I don't remember who, but boom, the bird, really good. Ogerpon, really good. Hydreigon, amazing. And DDD and fucking Psychic Terrain could even hit pretty hard. Sock has 125 attack, even though I think it's a little weird, but I think it's also kind of cool, so it's fine. And then Florges was set up. Florges was set up, and then Terra Magnezone, fucking sick. And then Donphan
I'm
is
not
just
gonna lie.
really nice for chipping.
I rate the Indeedee so hard for like Mega Beedrill.
Yeah.
Being
I
on
mean,
the
yeah,
team as well. It's like
I mean, yeah. Helps with
just
the
gets the job done.
I will
Anyways.
say this. I will say
perfect.
this as well.
It's really nice synergy.
I found with Donphan, like using it in BTL, there were some weeks where I was running it just sturdy boots and I was running it adamant max HP because I didn't really need to care about speed. So I may as well just hit you as hard as I fucking can with it while also
I mean,
getting my
that's
hands up
exactly
and
how I
moving.
run Donphan.
Yeah, so
That's how I run Donphan, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the
Let's
breaking
get.
power.
Can I get
It's pretty much
a bit
everywhere.
about support? Can I talk
Yeah,
about
go
support?
for it.
There's something I really want to talk about. So Ben, basically, his plan is to make Mega Beedrill work, and one of the ways maybe he's done that.
Your mic cut off. Oh god damn it.
Oh fuck's sake!
Oh, I thought I like lagged out.
Sorry. I was just basically talking about second men off. No. Me and Ben basically both have mons we're playing around who hate steel types. Like Mimikyu struggles with steel types a bit, Terra Mimikyu, and Mega Beedrill struggles with steel types a bit. So what you want is a way to remove that. And on both our plans, we were both considering Terra Magnezone, because Terra Magnezone gets Magnet Pull and is fantastic at removing steel types, because you trap the steel type in and you just kill it. Bye. And you force people to run Shed Cell, making those steel types much worse. It is a fan because honestly, if I play bad, my Celestine is gonna be like, oh for fuck's sake, I might have to run Shed Shell, which is fucking terrifying. And then there's that mind game as well. You've also got mons like the Indeedee, as Emilio rightly mentioned, the Psychic Terrain. Torn is a fantastic support mon for pivoting as well. The pivoting on this team is fantastic. Like you look at the top mods, there's so much pivoting. It gets a bit weaker on the slower mods, but even Floor just gets Baton Pass, which is helpful.
Magnezone gets teleport. Oh my, that's
It does get teleport.
You're
That's
never running teleport,
crazy.
in my opinion, but yeah.
You're always running Volt Switch, but like it's cool. It's cool
Yeah,
now.
and
It could be a
analytic,
niche. Yeah.
trust me, analytic fault switch is so much better because analytic hits like a motherfucker.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got pretty much all he needs.
Problem
Supports
solving's a
very
bit
well.
weaker, but
Knock off.
I will say this: Torn as well, because you have so many backup removers as well, can come offensive. You don't even need to run a default. You can run it out also support without default
Oh
because you
no,
have
100,
so much backup.
No, 100%. Torn is an offensive demon.
I feel like Torn's value is like the support dash problem solving because it's mad versatile and it's fast as shit.
There's a reason why I draft Taunty all the time because I can just run it in so many ways and it just makes the draft easier.
Yeah.
It's
not like it's not like other times people will draft Torn, and a lot of people will draft Torn and they'll lock it on like defog duty, which I never liked because it's like this is like your 19 point. This is like the captain of your team, and you're restricting him to
defog fodder.
Yeah,
exactly. You're restricting him to defog fodder, and that's 100% not how Torn should be played. So
agreed.
I'm glad Ben has that sort of free roam to kind of let his captain be a captain.
Ironically, it's like one of my weaknesses with my Great Tusk is it's forced a lot into rapid spin, which I don't like.
Oh yeah, that's a massive problem with your team.
That's
I feel like Tusk brings rapid spin like even offensively as is to be fair.
It does, but that's more sort of like boosted speed, not to like get the hazards off.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know, but it does too on though.
I get what you mean, but I actually agree with Amelia on this. There was another thing I was going to mention in my team as well, but I'll mention it later, off call. But basically, that's exactly what I mean. I've kind of locked it into being my main hazard remover, whereas you don't want to do that with your 19.1. You want to have the options down it, and that's why Ben's team is better than mine.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Into the problem solving, we already talked about Torn being the biggest problem. So, or I think, the biggest problem solver. I think he's just super versatile. I think super good. Beedrill's pretty one note. I'm not gonna lie. Ogerpon's got some versatility to her. So does Hydreigon.
Cool one, yeah.
Edie, pretty like. I mean, I guess you got like some Calm Mind shit. It's mostly there to just set up the terrain. Sock is like offensive. Mischievous is like this weird like Eviolite support. I'll be honest, I don't know what Mischievous does, so I'm not gonna say anything.
It's basically does the same set. It basically does Willow Wisp, Nightshade,
Yeah, support.
that
Yeah,
kind of shit.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, that type of shit. And like Donphan's pretty one note. Colossal's pretty like Terra get rid of the hazards, whatever. Willow support.
I will say this: Magnusome with Terra is going to be kind of a bit more versatile. Ben's team's weakness is that most of the mods other than Hydreigon and Torn aren't really super, and Ogerpon War is actually quite versatile. But Ben's team is like Jakota's, where it just does what it does.
Yeah.
And you got enough versatility where you can mix things up a bit more than Jakota's.
All right then,
but like
Emilio, explain the freak meter.
So I put it as just back shots. I think Roy added the Haxie back shots, but back shots because the team fucks.
I did add the Haxie back shots.
Of course you did. Thanks for all the glazing,
It was
guys.
fun.
Oh, no problem.
It's actually a really good team. Well done.
Just take me to dinner after,
Of course.
Also, I just want to point out, Ludicolo. Gosh, just call me a slur while you're at it. Also, I can't read whatever the fuck that is on the right. It's too small.
Oh, you're calling me a
You're
femboy.
one for the org. Literally, Juby. Don't know what you're on about. That's your name, though. I hate you.
Oh yeah, this is when you changed my name to Femboy.
Yeah.
Yo, I need to get what do I gotta do to get my Femballs roll again? Because I had a Femballs roll and then you took it away from me.
Well, I had to delete some because we had too many rolls at some point.
Yeah, we do have a lot of rolls.
I can look and see if I can get it back to you. But let's finish this up and get into number one. The number one ranked team, Blue 24. Who thinks Sonic is him?
He fart.
Yeah, fellas.
Essential
I
typings...
will say.
Okay, Roy.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Roy.
I will say this: the speed tier is kind of. Oh, hang on, I'm in there. Okay, speed tier between Carvel and Thunderous T is kind of fake because Comfey is running. Doesn't really need to run speed a lot of time.
It's 1 point, brother. It's 1 point.
Fundy T is there, literally.
Yeah,
it's 1
that's
point.
16. That's it. That is 16 to be fair.
Yeah, that speed gap is ugly. Outside of that, speed looks pretty good. You have a lot of hazard setters. No T-Spiker is a little sad, but you'll manage. You have fake defoggers mostly. One fake spinner and one 1-point spinner. You have
Quaquavo is not a fixed spinner.
It rarely runs spin though. It likes to be like the offensive cleaner more.
I would say
obviously that's one of the sets, but like he could really support with like because he's got support with like a knock, U-turn, rapid spin.
Yeah, of course.
And you just like a stab move, you can do that. That's 100% a thing. You just get roost. Valid spinner, Quaquavo.
I would say this Terra Confe can be a good spinner. I would say a lot of their stealth fox are actually defogger. Why am I saying spin?
And then Skarm is a good defogger. Come on. Don't debate. No, don't debate me on this, motherfucker.
It is a good defog, but it doesn't like running defog because it sets the hazards most of the time.
It has so many like moves that it needs.
Syndrome. But anyway, hazards are good. Removal is at some points kind of iffy, but it is all around. It's good. You have enough options. Typings wise, you have every important typing you need. You're a little weak to rock, but that's fine. Terra captains are Comfey and Torterra, by the way. I'm gonna mention Torterra and Breaking Power now. Torterra, yes, it has Shell Smash. Yes, it gets a lot better through Shell Smash. But Mirror Herb is a whole ass thing. Outside of that, the Breaking Power is amazing, though.
If you just don't Shell Smash in front of a mirror or Herbmon, then you're just chilling.
No, brother, you just draft a Frisk. Wigglytuff gets Frisk, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh wait,
yeah, exactly. You go Wigglytuff, you Frisk out which mon has the Mirror Herb, then boom.
You use Wigglytuff specifically just as Frisk fodder. Just Frisk fodder. You don't use it for anything else. Protect, maybe.
Actually, no. You use it to beat Dragapult.
Which they
Draft the
have.
Dragapult.
Anyway, breaking wise, physically you have Dragapult, Cinderace, Quaquaval, and Torterra. Especially you have Dragapult again, Thunderous T. This is where the problem is. You don't have a lot of special breaking. Obviously, Comfey can set up into like a good special breaker.
Comfey's annoying, yeah.
But it
Comfey
needs
plus
to have
Thunderous.
1 or 2 Calm Minds up to get kill ranges at all.
Specs Dragapult, it's not bad. I've seen way worse. It's
Yeah.
good.
It could be.
This reminds me of
It could be a little
a
better.
a team that I
It's
had.
okay.
Yo, this team's actually like mad similar to a team I used to have.
This team
The
just
hell?
looks cool.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Support
got
wise,
cool ass.
support is the strongest part about this team. We have
It's a
Wish
Dragapult.
support. We have lots and lots of momentum. We have great hazards, lots of knockoff, lots of taunts. We have a trick room mode for Mako or Torterra if you don't want to shell smash. There's basically nothing really that is bad at this bad for the support. The only gripes is 1, your Wish passer is Wigglytuff. 2, you don't have T-Spikes, which this team maybe could enjoy in some instances, especially considering I think 2 or 3 teams don't have a poison type at all, or not a grounded poison.
Yeah.
And then we get to the problem solving, where obviously Dragapult is the best problem solver in the game. Support, special, physical, it can do it all. The only thing it can't do is defensive, but you have other options. You have Skarmory, you have Makalola.
Yeah, it can bring screens.
Yeah, screens, but that's not defensive, that's supportive, I would say.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. And you could run really tough screens as well,
Yeah.
so.
Then you have Cinderace, which has support sets with Chord Change, Will-O-Wisp, just U-turning out. Thunderous can be annoying with T-Waves and D-Far. Comfey obviously can support very, very well with all of the supporting moves it gets. Quaquaval supports a little bit in the instance of spinning, clicking knockoff and U-turning out. Skarm provides hazard support. Like, all of these mons have like some type of versatility, except for like Skarm and Wigglytuff, I would say, and Carkol. Like, Muck has curse sets. Torterra has defensive niche sets that it can use with Terra. It has the offensive shell smash sets. Quaquaval has like the support sets as Emilio mentioned, but mostly like the best set is a cleaner, obviously. Like, every mon has some other thing it can do, except for like
I would also say
the bottom 2.
I would say this as well. Torterra's going to come defensive a few times as their only ground type.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
yeah,
too.
it's good. I also think Wiggly. Well, to be fair, actually no, I'll be lazy if I say Wigglytuff has some multiple sets. It has like 1 or 2
Yeah,
sets. It does. I'm gonna take I'm taking the piss. I could do a meme,
Yeah.
but I can't. I'm tired.
The only
Like,
thing Wigglytuff does is wish. That's
No,
basically
Wigglytuff
it.
just wish. Wigglytuff just
cheer.
wish and check Dragapult. And Dragapult's on this team, so.
Yeah,
No. This just checks Ditto.
I guess.
Like a Ditto that copied Dragapult. Boom. Really?
Yeah.
Nobody
Wow.
drafted it,
Yeah.
but okay.
Oh no! It copies a Mew that basically copied Dragapult.
There you go.
Sure.
Did anyone draft Mew?
No.
Not in this
Um,
Not in this
yeah,
deck.
no,
I think
okay.
Claude.
Yeah,
I know it got
Wigglytuff
picked
is
up in
one
Quad.
thing.
That got picked up in Claude.
Anyway, the
Um,
Freak Meter, Emilio. Give us the last Freak Meter of the day.
The lag freak, the last
Yeah.
freak meter of the day in honor of Quaquaval. Peg zillion out of 10.
That doesn't seem like so many pegs.
Thank you
incredible.
guys for watching this 2.5 hour long video. We are tired after
I
this.
can't wait for.
We
I
obviously
can't
have a
You are not
last
wrong.
slide.
I'm tired of shit.
I would like to
Fuck Ben,
point out I
respectfully
added.
from Emilio. I'm saying only on our wedding night. And Paid will do the ASMR video.
I would like to point out the only thing I added to that slide was the respectfully part. Emilio just put fuck Ben.
Man, yo,
This is your practice. Take notes. Get close up like this to the microphone.
Yeah, just speak softly.
Thank you guys for
Like
watching. This has
speak
been
very
a
softly.
very long video.
We've had longer PRs.
We've had
We
longer
have had
PRs,
longer
but
PRs.
we still have
Honestly,
two to
this might
get
be the
through.
fastest one I've seen.
Yes, the fuck we do.
Thank you guys for watching. Clod, Smoked, Woopering. Quag, Smoke, Wooper, and Claude in the fucking draft.
Draft timer.
Yeah. And anyway,
Yeah.
I hope everybody in Quag has a good
Thomas,
season. And
Hope you all season.
I hope
I don't. I hope everyone has the worst season, especially facing me. But if you're not
I
facing
hope,
me, the
like,
best of luck.
because you just said that, I hope Jacoda misses 80% of his hydro pumps.
That's not possible. That's not in my DNA.
Statistically,
I would just like to say I hope
it's
that
not
I
in my
hope that
DNA.
I hope that I hope that me
No.
and Ben make the final, and that if I do beat Ben, it's not fire hacks, and if Ben beats me, it's fire hacks because that would be the funniest outcome.
It would be. Anyway, this
would
has
actually
been the Quagsire PRs. It has been a long video, but I hope you guys guys have enjoyed it. For everybody who's watched all of it, for everybody who has not, also cool.
Fuck you guys. No. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
They're not hearing this if they didn't watch the whole thing. They just skip to their
We
part.
were the
That's fair.
Clodcast. The other two
Really
PRs
humble.
are coming in the
Everyone.
next few days, and after that, it's gonna be weekly recaps. We wish you all a good,
That's fucking
great season, and a good evening, day, or night, whenever the fuck you are watching this. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a
bitches.
good
Bye.
time.